I am so discombobulated right now that it is almost impossible.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You were saying
Did you just
you said you were a barnacle? What
did
say?
you just belch
You say you
on
were,
the?
did you say you were a barnacle?
Excuse me.
People could be listening to this while they're eating, or I don't know, around humans.
Well, in Europe, belching is actually a sign of you appreciate the
grossness.
food. You appreciate
No,
the
it's
food.
That's
not.
an urban legend.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
something that Americans say when they burp.
Right. In China, in China, this just means I liked it. It doesn't mean I'm a fucking pig.
I mean, it wasn't like a world class belch, like in the movie.
Yeah, settle down. Yeah. No, I mean, it's just kind of rude, man. You could have turned away or something.
He did. He turned into the mic. He was looking at me.
through a mirror.
Oh man,
I got to get a picture of Ted's little classy glass.
Oh man, wait a minute. Damn it! You know what? That's one of the things I forgot to do. I have so many things I forgot to do today.
That's the glass you use to drain socks
Anal
ass
glands. Oh my god, dude! There is nothing worse than your dog having I don't know, leaky anal glands. That smell is horrible.
Matt, what if somebody's eating?
It's just marking
They're not anymore.
Just
Not
marking her territory. That's all.
It's not. That's not marking your territory.
Oh my God,
She's
Ted,
literally
that's
not.
what you
She's marking your territory.
No, she's not. She's unwell, Ted.
It's an intentional condition that she has
just walking around
put upon
stinking.
herself
Yeah.
to mark her territory.
Yeah, we had to buy Glandex wipes.
Okay.
They're supposed to be special wipes.
Yeah.
You know the Greeks use that stuff for everything.
Glandex?
Or is that
It's
that's
a company.
Windex? That's
Yeah, it's a
Windex. I'm
Windex.
sorry.
Dude, you would. You know how hard? Oh God, you can't have her. We have to change her sheets like every other day because she sleeps up with us. Yeah, it's horrible. The smell is horrible. It's just gross. Yeah.
Well, because she's
Welcome to the show.
Well, she's an
everybody.
older dog and she has health issues. That's probably it, right? So
Okay, get over it.
okay.
It's just, dude. It's just really gross, man. It just, I don't know. It just freaks me out.
So you have to keep that document up on the television that we're looking at right now?
No, that's because I can't print anything. Because I'm
No, so it's going to stay up there so we can read it?
yeah. You guys can read whatever you want. Yeah, you guys can keep. You guys
Matt's
can
got
read anything.
a television screen across from Ted and I. And
Yeah.
it shows us how many seconds the show is gone, and it also has his documents up there.
Yeah, 150 seconds, no entertainment whatsoever.
There's a golf trophy blocking all the words.
What? What the fuck? I don't understand. Here, you want to know what else freaks me out? If you live in Missouri, Georgia, North Carolina, or Virginia, if you're married and you want to get a vasectomy, you have to have your wife sign the form.
What about your mistress? Could she sign off on it too?
What about your guma?
Your girl, just your wife. Your
I'm
wife.
not signing that. Have your guma sign it.
Yeah. Can you? I mean, think about how silly that is. You want a vasectomy, but you can't unless your wife signs that form. How much do you want to bet? I'll bet you out of every 1,000 forms that are done with a wife's signature on there, 999 have forged. Their wife's name is forged.
But
Right?
it's all DocuSign now.
So basically,
Yeah.
it's just another case of the husband needs the wife's permission to do something.
Yes.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
I don't know, man.
I don't understand how that can be a law. Is that
Those are actual laws. Yeah, those are actual laws.
I was sitting in a bar.
What if you're separated?
Oh, well, technically, that's a good question.
You're still married, but you're separated. You can't have a vasectomy without consultation.
I was
with,
sitting in a bar one time, and there was like a group of older gentlemen sitting like bit to my back. I couldn't see them, but they're well in their 60s. And I remember distinctly the one guy, he goes, "Oh, I really want to go golfing with you guys, but I can't because my wife won't let me." This is a 60. This is like a 2-year-old.
You didn't know, no.
No, I don't know. Yeah, they were like, sitting so close, I couldn't help but hear what
But
they're saying.
obviously, she knew you
Oh,
because she didn't want him hanging out
just
with
golfing with Ted. No, I think
No,
he
they
meant
was talking
golfing
to me.
in general.
Talking to his friends. Yeah, I was just a fly on the wall. So yeah,
Wait, what?
That's
hold on a
crazy.
second.
Yeah,
Here,
I can't go with you guys. My wife won't let me.
he said it out loud.
Wow.
No, but how about this? What if he was just saying that because he didn't want to golf with those guys?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Right? Oh, I can't. My wife won't let me. And then all the guys are like, oh, he's a pussy. I'm never going to ask him again. And then the guy's just like, thank God.
He hates them so much that he's willing
I never
to
thought of
disparage his reputation to not golf with them.
to be
So
a total
everyone,
pussy?
yeah, everyone's gonna be like, dude, he can't do anything
Well,
with his
I-
wife's permission.
I don't believe that. You know why?
I don't know.
Because nobody lies about not wanting to play golf. So I'm gonna have to assume he was telling the truth. Because you know what? Wouldn't you just go, like, okay, you're gonna golf the best course ever, but we're gonna stick you with two guys you don't really like, but it's the best course ever.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
I,
yeah,
I,
all right,
hear,
yeah,
I hear what
that's-
you're saying. Yeah, because couldn't you just say, hey, man, we're going to golf on Tuesday, and he's instead of saying I can't because my wife won't let me, which is literally saying I'm an adult with a mom, right? Because only your mom could tell you what not to do, right?
He's 62, by the way.
Yeah, he could have. He
65.
could have easily just said, you know what? I don't feel like it. I can't.
yeah.
I'm busy.
Well, that's
I'm
how
washing
bad,
my wife's car.
Well, that's how bad the conditioning is. You know, when you have to actually admit, like, instead of just saying, like you said, hey, I just can't make it. I got something else that came up. You know what you say? I have a scheduling conflict. I have a scheduling conflict that day, and I can't make it. You don't actually give the actual reason.
No, you're right. Ted's right. But I'm going to tell you right now.
Scheduling conflict is the
I don't know about the entire United States of America, but in Chicago, that shit don't fly. Because the next question out of that person's mouth is, why? What are you doing? No, I have a
so
conflict.
also, if you don't tell them,
yeah,
what it is,
everybody needs to know. Am I wrong or am I right? Think about it. Think about what I just said.
Yeah,
Is there anybody you know that would accept that as an excuse? No.
Yeah, no.
They're
You
going to
say-
want, you got to elaborate.
Right.
Can you expand on that? Tell me exactly what your conflict is.
Yeah. What do you got to do?
Yeah, I know. That's
That's
it.
what they would say. Yeah.
Well, I got this thing. What thing?
Yeah.
What, are you doing something with your wife? What,
What? Is she going to die of loneliness if you're not there on
That-
Tuesday at 4:30 between 12:20 and 4:40?
Well, so all that would be harder if you did it in a small town where everybody knows everybody's business.
Oh,
'Cause
eventually
then you'd
find
have
out,
to.
yeah.
They'd eventually find
Yeah.
out that hey, why couldn't Ted go? His wife, he said he was planting the back nine or top 40 or whatever. It's like nope. His wife said no.
And then it
He's
turns out,
mowing the back
and then it turns
40.
out Bill's
Mowing the
wife,
back 40.
Bill's wife died 10 years ago. He was just lying about everything.
Well, she was still at
He
home,
just-
though.
He really just didn't want to go. Yeah,
She's in the freezer,
Yeah.
in pieces.
Yes.
Yeah, he could still hear her voice. She still talks to him. Yeah, I mean, think about that. At this point now, I mean, how many people at their home right now are still married, legally married, and their wife is just, or their husband is just in pieces somewhere, buried, in the
well, because they have to collect the disability check.
backyard or
You know,
something.
Yeah, it's like the
This
Guns
is-
N' Roses
this-
song,
this
right?
disability
I
check
used
will
to
stop
love her. I used to love her,
Until what
but I
happened?
had to kill her.
Oh wow, that's kind of in your.
And that she's buried right in my backyard.
Could have just
never heard that song?
Could have just dumped her and just found a new girl. Wouldn't that
you know,
seems
you
like
could.
a lot.
You know what? I tell everybody,
Labor
listen, if you're going to do this, I would read everything up on Drew Peterson you possibly can, because
That guy.
they never found. I mean, number
They
one,
never found the third one.
yeah, they never found
The
it
second one was
in the
she
tub.
she died of a drowning in a dry bathtub, and somehow that was ruled an accidental drowning, and then 10 years later they changed it to a homicide upon further review.
because they couldn't
Well,
get
they
him for
still
anything else.
convicted him. They didn't need
Yeah.
a body, like Ted
No,
said
you
before.
don't
You
need
don't
a
need a
body.
body.
No,
to
you
convict.
don't, yeah.
You actually don't need
A motive. You don't need
motive.
a motive. You don't
Exactly.
Need,
Yeah.
In
For
fact,
murder, you don't need a motive.
In fact, after 7 years, if someone's like just disappears, you're actually legally declared dead after 7
No,
years.
one of my good friends is a homicide detective, and it's a big, misconception.
Yeah.
That you need a motive.
No, you don't need a motive.
No.
Yeah, well, you don't have to. You don't have to
You
prove.
don't-
You don't have
wait
to
a
prove
minute.
motive. You don't have to prove motive.
Right.
Hold
Well,
on a
it's
second.
irrelevant
Hold on a
why you
second.
killed
It
somebody.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
If your husband disappears,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and they have no body, and there's no reason to suspect you, then how could you get convicted?
Well, obviously, if there's just enough circumstantial evidence.
No, that's not what I'm
to
saying.
show that
but
you
yet
know.
there has to be a motive involved,
No,
right?
no,
I
but,
mean,
but I'm saying legally.
because you just don't kill somebody.
No, right, but you could have two. Like, just say whatever evidence they have against you could be strongly circumstantial. A prosecutor does not need a body, and they don't need a motive to prove that you killed somebody. I'm just saying that legally.
Right. It's just for conviction purposes. Of
yeah,
course.
just because everyone wants to know why did
Yeah,
this happen? Why
yeah.
did you, but you know what? Legally, you don't have to know. It doesn't matter why.
Right.
Why is it relevant? So
I don't
Man,
know.
did you need a beer? You can have that Heineken. I got more beer in there.
No, that's all right.
You sure?
So I was
You
actually.
know what? I'm fine.
Because I got my old style, brother.
You know, I was actually.
Love the old style.
You know, I was actually
Love
thinking
the
about-
old
Want one?
style, but no,
Take
I'm
it.
good.
Okay.
I'm good for it.
I actually thought about the crimes out there with the highest risk of being caught, and so I think my crime, as I was thinking about this, kidnapping with a murder for hire angle to it. I mean, your chances of being caught are 99.99%. Hello, is this hitmanforhire.com? Of course, you're talking to an FBI undercover FBI
I
agent.
like that you. I like that. That's what you think about.
No, combine the two into one. so just make. Let's just get it over with. Let's not even pretend that you're not going to get caught.
So Teddy, what you're saying is if you're going to do it, go with arson, murder, kidnapping, and then I don't know what would you throw in there just for fun, like a bomb threat? Yeah,
A threat. Yeah.
yeah, some kind of
swatting.
Do you know how far?
What?
Swatting. So swatting, I didn't even know what that was. So I guess swatting. This is actually happening to a lot of like politicians, where like somebody will call in, say, whatever famous politician. Oh, there's like there's a hostage situation at their house, so they'll send out the SWAT team. Yeah, so they'll send out the SWAT team. So they'll send out the SWAT team to like their house, like because somebody called in a false. I think they did it to like the Black Lives Matter leader person, and so the police like came to her house like 5 times, in her gated community, by the way, so she's not, so they have to press the code to get in.
So how we're talking about all these crimes that you can't get away with anymore? Do you know, I'm reading in this book I'm reading. Well, I just finished a book, but it's the Killers of the Flower Moon. It's basically the start of the FBI, and it talks about 100 years ago, most murders and crimes went unsolved with unprosecuted.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they even caught people at all. You know what I mean? Because, you have no technology.
No,
You're just out there.
They didn't know. Fingerprinting was a thing in the 20s, but it was nobody really used it.
Like the 16th century. So like I think they had people back in the 1600s, like someone will kill like 300 people if someone was motivated. I think there was a guy in Chile or like Argentina.
Chile.
I think he's killed like 400 kids. And
what?
He was just in the middle of
kids were assholes.
No, I'm just saying he was in
Ted talked about
some
this on
indigenous.
show 16 and 32.
No, I'm just saying he was like in an indigenous forest, with like tribes, and so there was like no way to catch this guy. And then finally, and here's the worst part: they actually caught him. They knew he did it, and he only got like 15 years because that's the most under their law that they could give him. So this guy was actually let go after 15 years, knowing what he did. I'm surprised nobody on the street just like took matters into their own hands and like killed this guy. It's amazing he was allowed to walk around.
Hold on. I find it hard to believe that the police. No, I find it hard to believe that the police, knowing that he killed, they had even an inclination that he killed. I don't know, hundreds of kids.
Hundreds of kids.
He wouldn't have just fallen down in his cell real hard.
They don't care about kids there.
It's
not a big deal.
I'm shocked that once he was
We're
arrested,
really an adult-oriented.
The schools
country.
were overcrowded as it was.
They couldn't handcuff.
Very
this,
adult-oriented
They couldn't handcuff
country.
this guy and like throw him down like 4 flights of stairs.
Yeah,
it was
like 19 times. How many times did he fall? Well, it took 8 before he died,
or
9.
or run a bath for him.
I don't think there'd be like
or just have him live with Drew Peterson for what?
Right.
1 week?
Right.
1 week.
Put a wig on him and move in.
Just say, Drew, this is your new wife. What?
I don't think there's any civil rights
Not for
violations.
long.
There's no civil rights violations out there, so I don't think they have anything to worry about.
Yeah,
there's no ACLU filing a petition on this guy's behalf. He just disappears.
All right, so let me. I'm going to ask you, Ted. I'm going to ask you the question.
Uh-oh.
I just read this today. I find it really hard to believe, but I also find it hard to believe that somebody would make this up. Robert Downey Jr., the great actor, right?
Great actor.
He claims that his dad gave him pot to smoke when he was 6 years old. And then by the time he was 8, he was already a drug addict. He claims that by the time he was 8, he was already a drug addict.
I can believe that because I know in other countries I've seen they've actually have famous pictures of some kid. He was like 3.
So wait, do you think that's?
It could be true because like I said, in another country there was a kid who was like 3 years old from China or like one of those South American countries, and he was smoking cigarettes. So when they took his cigarettes away, he would throw like a tantrum, because he's 3.
I saw those pictures.
So this kid he's just smoking cigarettes.
That's different. So we're talking about he's 55. He's like your age, Matt.
Yeah.
So we're talking he was 6 years old in 1973?
Well, how many kids do we know? I'm not one of them, but like maybe they started drinking when they were 12, 13, obviously without anyone's consent.
Ted,
and they just,
you're sitting
close to
someone's
consent.
You're sitting close to one. Yeah, we were drinking when we were very young, very young.
Yeah.
My buddy Tommy, his old man was flying. I think I mentioned this.
No comment.
Yeah, and he brought all these those little bottles from the airport.
Yeah, mini bottles. Yep.
From the airlines.
So we got them here.
Yeah. The real
called
little ones.
shooters.
Yeah, and
those are the same size shooters.
We were stealing those when we were little. Yeah, it's I guess I could see Robert Downey Jr.'s dad doing that. There's so many terrible things. There's so many terrible things parents do, and
he's been sober and clean for 30 years, I think.
Do you
25 years
that?
maybe.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. 25 years. But for the previous 25 years, starting at age 6, he was getting fucked up every day. So,
yes.
Yeah, so he was living the life. He just
he's
lived it
lucky
way
to be
earlier.
Alive, right?
What they're saying, they're saying that about Charlie Sheen, like he's been sober for like years. So when you say sober, does they mean like he literally does not drink any alcohol at all, or just like instead of having like
of course.
So instead of having like 20 beers in one night, he just has like 8.
No, those guys don't.
You're
drink.
the only one.
It's like detox, right?
Teddy, if someone is sober, then they're not drinking. You're the only one who says, "I'm not drinking today, so I'm just going to have beer." You're the only one in the world that does that.
Because it's not alcohol. It's obvious.
Because if people go out and they say, "Yeah, you want a beer," and they say, "No, I'm not drinking today," what they mean is, "I'm not going to drink anything alcoholic." What you mean is, I'm just not going to drink hard liquor today.
Unless it's a Bloody Mary. I'm just going to drink beer and Bloody Marys.
Actually, no, I did.
That's it.
I did have some virgin Bloody
And
Marys.
a couple of shots, and we're good.
You know, I usually don't like olives. I don't like olives, but when you're hungry and the olives are in a Bloody Mary, they taste really
Wait.
good. I'm not going to
Wait.
lie.
So
I'm not going to lie. They're good.
you know that our taste buds change like every 7 years.
well, no,
Yeah,
as you get
they
old,
slowly die.
No,
5 to 7
no,
years.
as you get older, you acquire like you acquire more of a bitter taste. You like more of a bitter taste as you age,
Is
which
that
is like
true?
it's a scientific
See, I
fact.
think
Oh, I thought you just became bitter as you
yeah,
got
well,
older.
that too. Yeah.
No,
'Cause
your
I
taste
never-
buds die.
I never liked. There's a couple things that I never liked before, and I love now.
Yeah.
I never liked olives. I couldn't stand blue cheese. And I mean, for the past 20 years, I could just live on blue cheese and olives. And
We are never making out,
Mu-
just so you know.
Mushrooms?
Never. Well, not
Mushrooms?
never. I'm not saying never.
Yeah.
you know, when I was a teen or in my early adult years,
I hated mushrooms.
I hated mushrooms.
Love
now
them
I
now.
love them.
Love
yeah,
mushrooms.
yeah. Jack said,
onions,
this is what
mushrooms.
Jackson told me, that slowly but surely, we have like billions of taste buds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And slowly but surely, they just die off as we get older. So our what we like changes.
All the time.
So I don't know the math to it or the science to it, but yeah. So slowly but surely, things that were bad to us because they were overly tasteful are less tasteful now, and that's why we
Well,
really
like sushi, I started eating sushi probably in my late 30s, early 40s, and I love
Yeah,
that stuff.
same.
I mean, I
Same
don't eat it
here.
all the time, but yeah, I mean, before I would never even think about eating a piece
I don't
of
think
raw fish.
I don't think I was exposed to that. My sister and I were laughing about this, and she's going to be on the show next week with our geography guy, Alistair
Jackie?
Bonnet. Bonnet? Bonnet? I don't know how to say his last name, but we were laughing that. I mean, we had the food we had. My mom was a great cook, but it was very basic food. I mean, there was no tricks to it. There was nothing special about it. And so
meat and potatoes.
yeah. I mean, that was it, man. I mean, it was very,
You
very.
got your starches.
Yeah,
you got
it
your
was
pro-
very
you got your
basic. So we
proteins.
weren't really exposed to stuff. And now, unless it's got Brussels sprouts or kale in it, I'm going to try
But
it.
honestly, yeah,
I
mean,
love kale.
Even Brussels sprouts, if they're
You are dead to me.
I don't like Brussels sprouts. Well,
if it's roasted in a certain
yeah,
way, I mean, like peppers, if they're roasted, or if like even cauliflower, like a roasted cauliflower,
Yeah, it's
in a
really good.
salad is good. you know?
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
Kale is the worst thing on the planet.
Yeah, I don't like kale.
It's like garbage. It's like if you took garbage and you did everything you could to make garbage worse, then that would be
so
on its
you
way to
would
being
like
kale.
a kale salad, or
I'd
we're
rather be
talking
dead.
about- Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather be dead.
I'll take a pass on kale.
Yeah. I absolutely hate kale in all ways.
But also broccoli, peppers.
Speaking
Broccoli was invented, by the way.
Really?
wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
They grow broccoli. How can you?
Now
wait, is
they
that-
do. Broccoli was not a thing prior to like 1945.
Oh wow.
But it doesn't mean it was invented.
It was invented by a guy named Broccoli, and it was the same guy that I believe
Nicole-
wrote the James
Dr.
Bond
Dr.
novel.
Oh, he's the guy who
wrote the
who
James
married.
Bond novels.
But he married Mrs. Cauliflower, right?
Dr. Nicola Broccoli.
Bullshit! You can't invent it.
You can. You can invent all sorts of vegetables and fruits by all pepper. I mean,
What? You can't. I mean, it was
Capsicum-
growing, and somebody said, "Hey, I can eat this," but it tastes like tastes like
capsicum,
shit.
peppers, like all bell peppers. I mean, all peppers, jalapenos, ghost peppers, reaper peppers, all come from
didn't
capsicum.
Didn't the one guy
peppers.
just invented the ghost pepper, then he invented the
Yeah,
Carolina
but he just
Reaper?
made the two. Well, all he did to invent the pepper X was to take two of the hottest peppers and make them have sex. Yeah, he just played some
Okay,
some Barry White.
Yeah.
yeah, and just kind of pushed them together, and they made baby peppers. But yeah, broccoli was growing, right? I mean,
No. Broccoli resulted from the breeding of Landrus bracea crops in the northern Mediterranean starting in about the 6th century BC. Broccoli has its origins in primitive cultures. Roman, blah, 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 is likely.
yeah, it wasn't invented by the
No.
same guy who wrote.
Well, hang on. There's
Did he invent the question mark too?
You do this. You are so extreme.
broccoli
when you come
is
up
in
with stuff.
broccoli is in fact a human invention.
Okay,
I believe it.
I-
All right, I
In the
accept that.
case of broccoli and cauliflower, the flowers were the focus. So there's some urban legend about broccoli and James Bond. I'm not making this up.
No, the guy who wrote it was his name was like R.R. Broccoli or something. Or,
No, I know.
yeah, Arnold Broccoli.
Well, isn't the guy who invented the toilet? I think his name was Crapper. His name was John Crapper.
no, we came up with that. It was something. remember,
Albert
something
Broccoli was
different. It
American
something
film
different.
producer.
Who invented the toilet?
Johnny Shitstain.
No, you said
No,
that.
I don't.
Ted.
Yeah,
No, Ted
it
was.
it was something close to that, but
Could
it
you-
wasn't
could you look-
exactly
could you
that.
just
No,
look it up real quick?
Teddy, it's not. Crapper was just the guy who invented the flow system.
Okay, but he was associated with the toilet. So a guy named Crapper, that was his real name.
Yeah, that's why you
So-
take a crap.
So this guy
Oh, my God.
Albert R. Broccoli is most notably known as the producer of many James Bond films.
Yeah, I've seen that name before.
Okay,
a million
but
times.
there was
He's
like
got-
some
He's got
urban-
nothing to do with actual broccoli. I mean,
Here,
that,
okay,
that's,
so
that's like
these
a
are
guy.
the-
That's
the
like
broccoli-
Andy Dick inventing dicks. I mean,
The broccoli family behind James Bond.
Oh, my
They
God.
also claim to be behind the vegetable. So that's
in the 6th century, so they can go all the way back
Well, I
to the
just read
6th
that. Yeah, no,
century.
that doesn't make any sense.
So
it
did
doesn't
the-
make any
Did
sense
the
at all.
Heinz family invent ketchup?
You know what?
Or
I
they,
don't.
or they
I
just,
doubt.
Or they just stole
No,
the
Heinz-
formula.
no.
Yeah, they
Heinz
they
just
probably
made
just
ketchup, yeah.
Einsteined it. They probably just Einsteined it up and took the took the thing. But I think catsup, which I don't understand that at all.
Well, that was
Ketchup,
Hunt's.
catsup.
Hunt spells it catsup.
Yeah, I don't understand.
CAT.
S
You ever
U
see
P,
The
yeah.
Simpsons
Yeah,
playing that when
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Burns went like independent and he did his own shop and he's standing in the aisle and he's looking at it. He's going,
Ketchup?
ketchup, ketchup. He did,
Yeah, I don't.
he's learning how to shop. What's the difference?
You know what? How people learn English is beyond my ability
Well, I think
to
I
fathom.
think rich
we have
people.
so many fucked up words.
I think rich
we
people
really do.
when they shop for vegetables, they call them what cruciates or something. Cruciates.
Rich people, Ted. Rich people don't have a special word.
They
for
no, they
vegetable.
do. They call
This
them
is,
cruciates.
you know what we're going to call this? We're going to call this the bullshit show.
Okay.
Because you guys are so full of bullshit.
She chopping
Go-
broccoli.
Google cruciates.
I can't. I'm done with Google. I ran out of Google
Okay.
time.
I ran it. Yeah, don't. What's that
I
line?
out Googled
What,
myself.
what about sexy time? You run out of that?
Oh,
Sexy.
that's starting. Oh, speaking of sexy
motherfucker.
time,
Yeah, it's time to start the show.
Oh,
and it's
Sexy
Valentine's Day. Everybody, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot
Fucking
about
Actually-
Hallmark
actually,
holiday
that
that,
was-
we do not celebrate.
that was going to be my intro. But so when someone says
You're gonna.
when someone asks, so when you ask me to say something for the intro, I already said it, like Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So
I-
you can skip over that
I
part.
never ask you to do anything for the intro after the first one you did, the only one you did. Never again.
Well,
Never.
me?
welcome
no, Mark,
to
or
the
Ted.
real
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
Ted
suck
did,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, you're
Four-
suck too.
morons. I mean, 3 idiots.
I worked hard on my. the first time I ever did.
Did you work hard for the money?
Really? Well, you know what though? That, you
So
know what?
hard for it, honey?
No, I'll tell you what I tell the kids at school. Right? Don't expect to be good at something the first time you do it, and then I play what you did, and then they go, "Oh yeah, was that his first time? He sucked."
What about the
Yeah.
130th time, and you're still not good at it? What happens then?
Do you also tell them?
Then you're just a fucking jerk off. Yeah.
Do you also tell them if it's not good, expect me to be mean and judgmental,
Yes.
so that you don't do it again, or even put an effort forward next time?
Well, I don't tell them that. I just do that to them
Right,
so that they've learned.
And
that.
you still
Yeah.
gave a participation trophy.
No,
Okay.
we don't do that.
Oh.
You know what a participation trophy is at school? A slap in the face.
Wow.
Just kidding.
No
All
wonder
right.
you're not a school teacher anymore.
Yeah, no shit. I'm so glad I'm not.
They don't do
doing
that anymore.
They don't do that?
No.
They need to bring back corporal
Aw.
punishment.
No, they don't, Ted. We talked about this before. It's a bad idea.
No, you know why?
Beating people. Listen,
I'm not saying beat them. You see, there's
beating
there's,
children to do things.
Did I say
is
did I
just
say
doesn't
did I
work.
say beat them? I didn't say beat them.
What do you want? Corporal punishment? Stabbings?
Just-
stabbing. Oh, you're right though.
I just-
Stabbings do work better than beatings.
It's called positive reinforcement.
That's not positive.
Negative reinforcement.
Wait,
That's
wait.
like the Sean Connery logic here.
Yeah. No, Ted's right. Ted's right though. I'm positive that if I reinforce this in you, you will grow up to be a jagoff. If I positively beat you, you will positively end up a jagoff who beats people. I'm positive.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it at this.
Why do we let him drink?
There's a lot
God
of
damn it.
Is
there's
he
a,
drinking?
There's a lot of
Yes.
grown men in prison right now. Now, I'm not saying they're convicted of murder, but they've made a lot of bad
Who
decisions.
are making love with other girls.
and you know what? So whatever bad behavior they had was enabled throughout their life. And if somebody would have just stepped in and just maybe just give them one good ass whipping, just to set, I'm not saying kill them, but just set them straight, and they might have just changed their path. So, but now, okay, so for all that coddling you gave them, here's the reward. Now you get to spend the next 40 years in an 8x10 cell, And yeah, you can bench press 400 pounds, but you ain't never
Making
getting out. You ain't never getting out.
love
So,
on
you
Have
like
you
the
ever-
trade-off?
Have you guys ever seen the Barbara Walters interview with Sean Connery, like from 30 years ago?
Yeah. He said, well, I'm not condoning hitting women.
No, but
That's not it. Yeah,
YouTube
so-
this YouTube this interview because he was accused of, beating his wife.
And he admitted, and he said
And he admitted it, and then
He admitted
and then he did a one-on-one Barbara Walters, and she's no holds barred. She confronted him on this, and he openly talked about giving him a slap once in a while to set him
Oh, I
straight.
did. Okay, I did. I think I did hear this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm obviously not condoning it, but I'm saying he's a man from a bygone era. So I'm just saying, like, when you interview a guy like Sean Connery, who's like in the 1970s or 80s, and he
It
grew
was
up in
never
the 40s.
right to do, though.
No, it was never right to do, but in his
No,
mind,
but
yeah,
you can
It's-
kind of.
it's like interviewing Ty Cobb from the 1920s, and somehow he's going to be a progressive thinker. He grew up in deep South Georgia. With obviously, he's very racist, obviously, and they were asking him to like completely change his DNA. So I'm just saying you have to look at it in the context, the historical
That's
context
kinda
in which
true.
it exists.
That's kinda true. I could see
Yeah.
that. And now
All
can
right.
we start the show?
Oh, we have it. Okay.
And now.
Oh man.
All
So
right, I'll do the intro.
anybody who drinks for that thing when I say can we start the show and Ted says we haven't yet and has to take a drink, they have to take a drink every show.
He does it almost every show, and it's not intentional.
What? Yes, it is.
No, I know, but it's he's,
That's his way of trying to be funny. That's his dad joke.
that is his
We
dad
aren't.
joke,
We
yeah.
aren't. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes, just give him a slap.
You actually do have a good Sean Connery.
I do.
Yeah, I was going to
All
ask
right.
you to do that.
Hey, everybody. My name is Matt, and this is the Real Three Idiots podcast. With me, as always, is the best beard in the business, Mark.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. You got a pretty good beard, man.
Thinking about.
It's very luxurious.
Think about shaving it?
It's very
Yep.
luxurious.
Are you kidding?
I got to lose weight
It's,
first.
it's
though.
luscious.
Well, if you get rid of the beard, that's got to be at least 5 pounds of hair.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it'll make your face look thinner.
I don't know.
Yeah,
about
'cause your
that.
face looks super awesome. And
Oh my God.
and
Happy
a guy who
Valentine's
thinks
Day, prick.
yeah, and a guy who thinks that winning the lottery is inevitable, Teddy.
Hey, Care Bears, happy V-Day to both you guys.
Whoa, that seems like a different day. That seems like a completely different day that you are celebrating.
That's Sweetest Day, Ted. That's in November.
V-Day? Is Sweetest Day in November?
Wait, that's a separate day?
I think so.
I have no idea.
I think they bookend it because it's like, chocolate. And it's a bad time of year for flowers, so
Yeah.
they invent a holiday to sell flowers. And
I
You are so
let me ask you a
cynical.
question.
I
So
hate
what
Valentine's
good
Day.
comes out of Valentine's? I mean, it only puts pressure on the guys, right? Because like if the guy doesn't remember it or buys their significant other something special, then they're kind of viewed as uncaring,
I mean, can't there be a
and
guy-centered
lazy,
thing where, yeah,
But what if you're just like every day you're cool with your significant other? Isn't like every day would be like Valentine's Day? It's like Christmas, right? I mean,
I'll
if you
tell
want-
you,
get
every
your
day,
kids-
yeah,
No,
that makes sense
You
to me.
wouldn't wait for
Every
Christmas.
day.
You wouldn't wait to get your kid, like I said, if you wanted to get your kid something, you wouldn't wait until like Christmas time. Like if the kid needed something, you would just get it for him, right?
no,
have
I'll
to wait
tell
for
you,
a
I
special
love my
occasion.
wife so much.
You mean like a schlop?
I love my wife so much, and here's what I'm serious. And
I know.
she's so
I'm just laughing about what
yesterday
you're going to say
we-
next.
No, we're doing a show on Valentine's Day Wednesday rather than Tuesday because my son had his last basketball game of his high school career, home game.
Oh, congrats!
And so they played last night, so we're having a show tonight. And so I told her, I said, "Oh, we're having a show on Wednesday. I got to do my podcast on Wednesday." I'm like, "It's Valentine's Day."
Well, she said that.
No, I did.
Oh,
And
you
she
did.
goes, "Oh yeah, that's right." I'm like, "You didn't want to go out or anything like that." She's like, "No, that's stupid. You know that." And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "You take me out enough anyway."
Yeah. See, every day
It's
is like
not.
Valentine's
I
Day.
don't need an excuse to take my wife out, and I buy her flowers too.
And like I said, if you
Yeah.
if you want
I
to
mean,
take her out and buy
no,
her
that
flowers,
makes
you
sense.
can wait till like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? It's the same. And like if you want to celebrate the spirit of Valentine's
Heavy
Day,
discount.
you don't have to do it
we go out a lot
on Valentine's Day,
Yeah,
right?
you get a heavy discount on roses because
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All this week, you do Thursday, Friday, Saturday roses. You're probably going to get a steep
it's
discount.
like buying Halloween stuff at Costco, right? You get a steep discount or Home Depot, right?
Well, they're done selling that shit by September 4th, I think.
the
Halloween stuff,
dude,
right?
they start.
They're
so
already
every-
Christmas is already
Yeah,
out.
Christmas is already out. As soon as Halloween stuff goes
Yeah.
down, like the day after, I think
Yeah.
November 1st, it's all Christmas all
So
day.
the corpse of Halloween isn't even dead and buried yet, and then they just can't wait to start that Christmas. I know they love it.
Teddy, you know what everybody else loves?
I love it.
You know what everybody else loves? Your tips. So we
yeah.
got to get
Why
to
don't we
that.
get to it?
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Let's see. Ted's tips are brought to you by KFC AI Chicken. All the great taste of KFC with all the tech of AI. It's delicious, and it will do all of the thinking for you. Man, AI is in everything. We literally cannot have any kind of life without AI from here on out.
I think it's in Ted's crown.
Might take over your life eventually.
Oh, my
You
God.
gotta be careful.
Could you imagine AI crown? Could you
Roy.
imagine if somebody got you to think that you could drink alcohol and get smarter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Infused
I
with
just
AI.
I just know it cures cancer. That's all I know. That's what I've been told.
That's what you tell yourself, Teddy. All right. Are you ready for your tip, sir?
yes.
Not until Mark does some singing.
Yes.
Sorry.
Wow, I thought you were gonna. Oh, I thought you were gonna jump all over it.
No way, man. Mark's got to do some singing. All right.
I do have a song.
Oh, wait. Hold on, Mark. Why don't you hit us with your best shot?
Or
Go on.
sing for your supper.
Hit us with your
Oliver
best
Twist.
shot.
I'm not singing.
Fire
this.
away. No, I'm just using a musical.
All right.
And you know what? Stop using sex as a weapon while you're at it.
This is never gonna start.
Let's go.
Ted hitched a ride with a condom machine repairman. He said he listened to the show more than twice. He was high on a little Crown and Diet Coke. I've never been there, but I'm sure his breath smells nice. Jump in, let's go. Lay back, enjoy the show. Teddy likes to get high, Teddy likes to get low. These are the shows where anything goes. Every show has a tipping Ted. Ted gets a little bit closer. Every show has a funny line. Ted gets a little bit closer to feeling fine. Tip us, Teddy.
Once I hear the tip, I'll give it to you.
There's a Cheryl Crow,
I like that.
Winding Road.
I like that.
Ooh, every day.
No, Winding Road.
No, every day is a winding road.
Every day is a winding road, but that's the name of the song. Not every day.
Wait, I thought every day is a winding road. That's not the name of the
The
song.
name of the song is Winding Road.
Oh, but in there she says every day is a winding road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Yeah, you heard that crash, right? I was running upstairs to get a beer.
All right.
Yeah. I had old style light upstairs, and so I ran upstairs. Not only did I knock over the gate, but I let the dog down, and now
here she is.
I
this
saw that,
whole
yeah.
thing is going to stink. Yep, everything is going to smell because the dog's ass is just.
Right by both of us.
Oh, man.
Is it hitting you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hitting you.
It's hit me like, well, you wouldn't drink.
Like a stinky dog's
Special
ass?
export is also like a thing of
Special
old style. Old
Special export.
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
in years.
Oh my God, they still make that?
It's old style. It's made by Old Style.
Same assembly line.
Heilemann.
I haven't
Heilemann,
seen
Heilemann Brewing Company. Special. So it was.
La
That's
Crosse, Wisconsin, I believe, right?
It's like their European version of. It's like they were trying to make like a German style. Old
But they
style
still
thing.
make special export.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, that is insane! I cannot believe that.
Yes.
Oh man, you know what? I want to go back and have some of my childhood beers. Like I want one Hams, one Stroh's. I'm trying to think of some really
So
other.
when you were 8, you bring back fond memories. Strohs and hams when you were about 9.
Yeah.
Our friend Chris.
I did not have a good life. I was not a solid
Some
life.
some Chardonnay.
Yeah, the fact that I'm sitting here right now at age 57. Am I 57? I don't even know. Fucking old.
Fresh.
Don't even know.
A fresh 57.
56, 57 is a
56,
miracle.
You'll be 57.
Yeah, it's a goddamn miracle.
You've been well aged.
Yeah, it is a goddamn
You're like
miracle.
a prime rib that's been aged and rubbed.
I'm like a prime rib that was improperly cooked and thrown in the trash, and then left there, and a bum took it out and ate it. Yeah.
Or no, they dropped you on
I'm
the
a bum's prime
No, they
rib.
dropped you on the floor in the kitchen. They just hosed you off, and then they served you with some more.
Yeah, just served you up
And
to
no,
your
no,
in-laws.
no juice and no horseradish
Yep,
sauce.
just like, there it is. Eat your fucking steak, kid. Yeah, that's what I am. All right, Teddy, we need your tip here. Ted, I need your help. I'm breaking up with my boyfriend. We've been dating for almost 8 months. He's great in every way except one. He's awful in bed. I've done everything I can to guide him, but he's terrible. I need a good reason to break up, but I don't want to mention the sex. It needs to be believable. He's got a great job, is unbelievably caring, and is a fantastic cook. This is quite possibly the most difficult thing I've ever done, but I can't take one more night. It's really that bad. And now she adds a little something to it. I have 2 cousins in Kentucky. It's far worse than what Matt says. Amanda, 27, Jacksonville, Florida.
I like Kentucky, by the way. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Anyway,
she's not happy.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
she's not happy in that way.
You know what? I'm going to make this real easy for you. Actually, you said this is one of the most difficult decisions. It's actually an easy decision. Yeah, you got to drop him. And here's what you're going to say. You're just going to say it's going to be that catch-all line. Obviously, you don't want to insult his ego or his pride. It's like saying I can't see you anymore because your member is extremely small and it doesn't satisfy me. You're not.
I
going
don't
to say
think
that.
she didn't say he has a small dick.
No. But I'm saying you're just going to say we're not, and this is real. We're just not compatible, and that's kind of a catch-all. And it usually means physically not compatible, but just going to say, hey, you know what? We're just not compatible. I am sorry. Yeah, like I said, he's so his good traits, unbelievable, caring when it comes to life, but when it comes to the physical part, he's awful and terrible. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to change. It doesn't matter what you show him or don't show him. Therapy is not going to matter. Some people are just not.
Hold on a second. Do they have that?
What?
If you're bad at sex, could you go somewhere and learn to be good at sex?
HBO. There was a thing on Real Sex HBO. They had.
Yeah.
They showed
Like
the
a sex
sex
class.
class. Yeah.
Yeah, or like I said.
Well, why doesn't she do that?
Well, I'm just saying without
No,
knowing.
wait.
But here's the thing: without knowing the details, let's just assume what I'm just reading. Some people just don't have chemistry. They just don't have physical chemistry. No matter they get along great, but they don't have that it factor. They don't have that wow factor. They don't have that secret sauce. So you just gotta. I'm serious.
Wait,
you just gotta drop them. I mean,
Ted, why wouldn't you advise her to take him and do something else?
Okay,
like she did try. She did say that she's been trying to guide him, but maybe not.
Well, you know why? Okay, you ever seen the Seinfeld episode where George runs over the squirrel and they're gonna rehabilitate the squirrel with special tiny instruments, and it got really complicated? Yeah. Here's the thing. Nobody likes complicated instructions. If it ain't there, it ain't there. Period. Like I said, you're just better off. Yeah, you could spend the next 5-10 years, talking through this guy, but by that time, all the spontaneity is gone. And now it's just, you're just hoping that he is able to perform it, which defeats the whole purpose of the physical part. So, unfortunately, he's a great guy. He's a quote-unquote, he's a nice guy. Guess what? The world's filled with nice guys. Sometimes nice guys finish last. Sometimes they don't.
Or sometimes they finish too soon.
Without knowing the details of what your relationship is physically,
Ew.
I'm going to say if you're just not compatible with him physically, that's unfortunate. Even though he has these great attributes, you got to cut him loose. On the other hand, let's just say you met the opposite guy where he's great physically, but he's terrible in life. You don't want to be with that guy either necessarily, even though it's more tempting. Obviously, the perfect balance
It is tempting.
She seems very fucking shallow to me.
Even though it's not. It's not being shallow. It's not shallow.
It is being shallow.
No, it's not shallow. Because
I don't think that's the case at all.
Because it is important in a relationship. Because I've read plenty of stuff on Reddit and BuzzFeed and stuff where if someone has a good relationship, but if there's like a quote unquote a dead bedroom, it does cause strife in the relationship that does eventually lead.
Yeah.
Here's an expression.
I agree. I agree with that.
Here's an expression: cracks eventually turn into chasms that are unable to be closed.
I thought you were saying cracks are not the right way to do it.
If he is doing something
or not doing something,
right? Yeah. Okay, if he's not, if his approach is not, if he's not satisfying her, and she would rather, and she said she was guiding him, but she's not really. I mean, look at Sarah from Early to Bed. Remember Sarah?
Yeah.
The sex toy store.
Yeah.
She, and I have a story about that, by the way, but she can say, hey, listen. Can we try this, or can we do this, or can you do that? Go to Early to Bed with.
It sounds like that's.
She
what
just said I'm trying to guide him, but she didn't.
I've done everything.
So
I
you're
can
right.
to
Okay.
guide
So
him.
let me take back what I said. So maybe she isn't shallow, but if she hasn't done. Okay, so maybe she is. She didn't go into detail.
Can I stop you there? So here's my take on that. So I think like a sex toy store or toys or accessories is good for when you already have a good relationship and you just want to add spice to it. But if you have a bad relationship built on a bad foundation. The sex
it sounds
toy,
like she's got a good relationship.
You know, I'm just saying, but the sex toy is not going to help. It's kind of like this: if you have a bad golf swing and you buy a $500 or $1,000 driver, it's not going to make your swing better. Even though it's going to look good, it's not going to make your swing better because the fundamentals are not there.
I can't wait till the listeners write in on this.
Okay, here I can help with that. And if you're like Ted and you have a bad golf swing and you buy a $100 driver, it don't make a fucking difference either. Yeah.
See, I didn't know I had to go there because I'm trying to help somebody.
You made an analogy with golf, Ted, and I have to go there, but.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But
I mean,
seriously,
okay, so if she spends 2 more years trying and it doesn't work, I could see where.
How could he not satisfy her if she doesn't? If she tells, here, let's do this, let's try this. You got to be creative, man. There's a million different ways to please somebody.
People aren't always as open as
I know.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm
You
sorry.
can't
I
blame-
apologize.
You can't blame Amanda for doing.
You're right.
She's done
You're right.
everything she can. I mean, if you go to sex school, it's a lot of money, right? And she maybe he's unbelievably caring. Maybe he's caring, super caring. Maybe he's not unbelievable. She's kind of built these other things up to say that the whole life and the sex part just doesn't work. And I've tried hard, but maybe she doesn't have the.
We don't know how hard she tried. That's the problem.
Right. So maybe she doesn't want to try
So
any
I don't
harder.
want to assume.
But to her, so I'm just being granular here, just for Amanda's situation. To her, that's obviously very important. Like maybe to another woman who's not Amanda, that wouldn't be that important. So
Right.
maybe that guy's the right guy for somebody else. But for Amanda, just Amanda alone, I'm just talking about Amanda's situation. She obviously needs a guy who's maybe more intuitive, spontaneous, and then of course if he has
doesn't have to be told what to do every time.
If he has those other qualities, that's obviously a bonus too. So yeah, unfortunately, some people, even though all the boy and girl parts match up with every human because we're all biologically the same pretty much. It just doesn't work out.
Bring in a friend. In a friend.
That
might.
That's why. And I was talking to one of those dating experts. I was talking to one of those dating experts. I said that's why the dating industry is a multi-billion-dollar business because nobody knows. At the end of the day, there's no script. Nobody knows what attracts people to other people. And that's why it's a multi-billion-dollar
I would guess
industry.
if you bring a friend, that makes you more attractive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if he's compatible with the friend and not her? So-
No, her friend, one of her friends.
Yeah, he's compatible with her friend and not her. So I mean, but that's why do people have affairs? Because maybe they're more compatible physically
Yeah, I'm
with
not
the person
telling
they're
him to
having an
bring
affair
in one
with.
of his friends to bang her.
Yeah.
I'm saying
So you're
have
not-
her
you're-
bring
so you're
a
not-
friend in.
You're not saying spit roast her. You're saying that. Okay. We're not saying we're going to spit roast Amanda. We don't want to spit roast Amanda.
Whoa. Where did this go?
Hold on a second.
Guys,
let's just
you're
backtrack this.
interfering with this
Amanda,
tip.
Amanda, don't
we are.
stop.
I'm sorry. This is the most we've ever stepped on you. We have. This
Amanda,
is bad.
don't
Boundary-
stop listening.
boundaries have been
Number
crossed.
one, Mark did not mean what he said, that you are shallow. He just,
I took it back already.
yeah. Okay, there's nothing
There's a
wrong.
lot
You-
of
you
assuming
put
going
effort
on, and I
into it.
apologize
no,
for
Amanda,
that.
no, Amanda's
yeah.
not shallow. It's a legitimate concern, and a lot of relationships do end or never, last for a long time because it is very. I mean, not to everybody, but to some people, that's very important. Here's the bottom line: whether it's the physical or something else, if that's important to you and it's not there, then that's all that matters.
You're right, Ted.
That's all that matters. Now, you don't need
I
a
take
dating
back
expert.
what I said.
You don't need therapy. You don't need counseling. You just need to find a better partner, or not a better partner, but a partner who's more compatible with you. So that's my tip. So
Yeah,
good luck to you.
I mean, it's got to be a pain in the ass for her to constantly be
Literally.
telling him what to do.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, how many times during sex you want to say, "Take your thumb out of my butt"? Not now. No,
Guess what? It was never there to begin with.
That's
All
not
right.
my thumb.
All right.
Those are pillows. Those are pillows.
Hey,
Good
Amanda.
luck,
Amanda, I
Amanda.
will tell you this: you tried to get some advice from three idiots.
No, she got
Well,
some
what-
advice.
what-
You got all your advice. You got all your money's worth.
What about
that?
that thing Sarah had with the remote control?
The butt plug with the remote control.
Well, there were multiple different. Not
There's a
just for the
flange.
butt.
Just
There's
remember,
one
you always
for
have to
the-
have a flange.
Flange
Always
for a
have a
butt
flange
plug.
on the butt plug.
There was one for the.
There's the three idiots piece of advice of the week.
There was one for the.
Flange is the key word.
She had one for both the pink pocket and the stink rocket.
Yeah, where somebody else could have a
Yeah.
remote control and
Yep.
do it on you.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst idea ever.
And we talked. We were
Yeah,
laughing about that.
That's the worst idea ever. All right. Speaking of the worst thing ever, I saw this story.
Sorry, Amanda.
Yeah, and I want you guys to just kind of picture this happening to you. Okay, you guys are fucked up. Imagine you're on a plane. Okay, and this story was just out this week. A guy breaks out in a cold sweat. Okay, he looks really sick, and while he's on the plane, he asks for a doctor. Okay. And you can kind of see it. He doesn't look good. He walked on, and you're seeing it, and you're stuck on a plane.
Is this going to be a joke or is this like a
No,
real
this is
story?
real. This is real.
If there was a
Okay,
punchline
this literally happened. Then, about 20 minutes later, he starts bleeding. Are you ready for this? From his nose, his mouth, and like a lot of blood, and he literally dies on the plane right there in front of you.
So it's like Jesus Christ when he starts bleeding through the eyes and everything.
Yeah,
That's
everything.
that
Just
thing,
just starts bleeding out of
Yeah.
everywhere, and like liters. This is what the
so
story
he,
said.
So he bled out.
Yeah, liters of blood. So he was super sick, totally
Wow.
like fucked up. Now you're on a plane. Is this not the start of every zombie, like zombie plague outbreak movie you've ever seen?
It does sound like a movie. So, but did you know on cruise ships, to change the subject for a second, they actually do have a mortuary on the cruise ship because there have been people who died on cruise ships. So they have to put the body. They're not going to obviously abort the cruise. So if somebody passes away on a cruise ship, because I'm assuming most of the people who go on cruises are elderly, retired, they die on the cruise ship. Say it's a 14-day
I went on a
cruise.
cruise on my
They
plane.
put him in a mortuary. There's a mortuary on the cruise ship.
Mojo Nixon just died on a cruise ship.
Who's
Mojo
Mojo
Nixon?
Nixon?
You don't know who Mojo Nixon is? I love country.
I still don't know who that is.
Mojo
What
Nixon.
the fuck? Was it famous for saying that?
Yeah, he's a
He was famous.
musician and he's a musician artist and he's a DJ too. He's got a DJ show, Outlaw Country, on Outlaw Country.
Did past tense.
But he Mojo Nixon, you might know him from in the 80s. He had that song. It was big on MTV. Elvis is everywhere. Elvis is everywhere, man. Elvis
yeah.
is everywhere. That's Mojo Nixon.
So he died on a cruise ship.
Yeah. So Outlaw Country, the station on Sirius XM radio, has a cruise every year in February, and
In his honor? Now?
no, for the station, it's called the Outlaw Cruise, and they got all their listeners on the cruise. You know, it's a common thing with celebrities and or DJs and music. And he had a performance. He's nuts. He's hilarious, dude. The guy lives hard, and he does his whole set. He does a set with his band.
Yeah.
Then they're drinking, partying all night.
Yeah. He had a good-
breakfast,
he had a
like
good life.
early
He had a good life.
breakfast. Never woke up.
Yeah. Hey, hey, isn't that the best?
That's it.
You have,
Yeah.
you have a great day and you fall asleep and you never wake up. What more do you ask
His
for?
family's like, hey, Mojo went out, man. He
Yeah.
did a show,
Yeah.
drinking with friends and fans. breakfast.
He had a good day.
Never woke up.
Yeah, he had a good day.
That's all he wanted. That's all you can ask for.
You know, I'm
all you
literally,
can
I'm
ask
literally waiting for Jelly Roll to do that every day. I'm literally
And
waiting.
it's not.
for,
And it's not. They didn't put them. They don't put you in the morgue. They just put you where they keep the food. It's in the freezer. They
Okay,
just
yeah,
put you in
yeah.
the
So
fridge.
as long as you're not.
Why wouldn't they just throw you overboard?
They shoot you in a torpedo, like if you're in a submarine. That's
Put
what
you
they
in the
did.
torpedo, they put a torpedo tube.
That's what they did. That's how they did it in
Star
during
Trek.
World War II.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they just shot you out the torpedo launch, buried you at sea.
So fun.
Wait a minute.
Yes, they did. My grandfather served 2 terms,
Oh, I thought you were going to say your grandfather
twice
was.
in World War II in a
Okay, yeah.
submarine.
And they shot the dead guys who died on the submarine.
It's the only way to get things out while you're underwater. Yeah, through the
Kind of makes sense.
torpedo.
Kind of makes sense.
I find that
They just put you in a torpedo.
extremely hard to believe.
That'd be kind of a cool way to
But
go.
they don't keep a person that died. Honestly, have you ever gone in a
U-boat.
on a submarine?
Yeah.
Das Boot.
Yeah, I've been on. Wait,
Das
hold on.
Boot.
hold on. Yeah, I've been on lots
how
of
many- how
I
many
submarines.
just went on. I
submarines?
was just on one 2 weeks ago at the Museum of Science and Industry.
Was it a yellow
Oh,
submarine?
then I've been on that one like 10 times.
Okay,
Yeah, so
yellow
you
But
submarine.
not a
know-
real
Yeah.
submarine.
No,
Yeah,
that's
well,
that's
that's-
actual. No, that was an actual submarine that was captured during World War II. The one at the Museum of Science and
Yes.
Industry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
it's
real
amazing.
submarine.
Yeah, it's one. The
Yeah, but it's
first
close,
and-
close quarters. I mean, I'm sure there's like a kitchen area with a freezer, but
No, there's no freezer on
okay,
that
so
submarine.
you can't keep a dead body on the fridge.
What? How do they eat?
They had food, but it was all dried food and,
Oh,
and
MREs, like-
dehydrated.
Oh,
and-
there's water right there. So
Emma-
they just open the
No,
open the door,
they had
let
a
the water
kitchen.
come
No, they
in.
had fresh water. There was a kitchen.
MREs, meals ready to eat. That's like the army food, so it's like all
No,
dehydrated.
it was all
food.
canned.
It's
It was all
dehydrated- yeah,
canned.
okay.
All the meats were canned.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All
Why
the
didn't they
meat-
just can the dude? I just listen. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Shrink wrap them.
It just seems a little crazy that you would just put shit into the
there's-
tube and shoot it out. I mean, that would end up being a gag. Wouldn't you? A guy falls
It's a
asleep, you
burial-
put him in the
it's called-
tube and
it's
just shoot him
called
out
practice.
there.
They did
It's
it
called
on
practice.
they did it on warships as well. It's a burial at sea. They don't keep you. I mean, it's over. It's done.
Yeah, because
They don't
if,
keep
What's
some
I'm
you're,
saying?
corpse-
Just throw him overboard.
if you're underwater
Well, if you're
but you're underwater
underwater
for 6 months.
couldn't
Yeah.
you?
You can't
Couldn't you
keep a
just
body on there
surface
for
just
6
to
months.
push the body out?
No, you
No,
cannot.
because then you give away your position.
My grandfather was off the coast of Okinawa, off of Japan.
Yeah. So if you
I
come
mean,
up
you
to the
can't
top,
come up to the top.
everybody can see you. The enemy can see you, and you just fucked everybody. So just shoot the body out of the tube. Okay, it's not rocket science.
Oh man, I find this very hard
No,
to
you know,
believe.
but you know what the funny thing is? So it just reminds me of one more thing. So I was reading this. and
This,
so
this,
you know,
this burial at sea reminds you
this,
of what?
this is
this reminds me
different.
of something funny.
So you know, we go on these golf outings. You know, there's like say 20 guys on a golf outing. So this one group, because obviously there's other guys in different states who are just like us that go on the same golf outing. So they've been going on this outing for 20 years. Blah blah blah. One of their guys.
No, wait. They're participating in an outing different than ours, but at the same course
Yeah,
on
Not-
the
not-
same weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not
There's
even that.
different groups at the same
Yeah,
course.
they're kind of
yes.
like the equivalent of us, except you know they're just different group of guys who we don't know
Right.
who do the exact same things. They have a league, then they go on these outings. So anyway, they go on this outing, and it's like year 15 or 20, and one of the main guys who's obviously old and out of shape.
don't tell this
What do you
story.
mean obvious?
So, but I'm saying
Don't tell this
he
story.
dies in his hotel room
Oh
right
my
before the
God.
tea time. So the guys.
I've
roll,
heard
they
this
roll,
so many times.
I'm talking to Mark. So anyway, so they roll up to the first
I've
tee.
only heard it twice. So
They roll up to the first tee, and they say, "Hey, guys, Kurt is dead. He never, you know, he was in his hotel room. He never woke up. He goes, and they go, what should we do? And they go, Kurt would want us to play. So they finish the round. Of course. I mean, I'm not gonna cancel the fucking outing because of Kurt. You know, so I mean, he's gonna stay dead, right? He's not gonna come back to life, right?
Do you think we would do that if Andy died at Alpine?
I mean, we already paid.
Exactly. And he would want us to play. So-
You know what's funny with all the drinking that we do at Andy's thing? I'm actually surprised that more people don't like physically not able to show up.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
not able to
extreme.
wake
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the younger guys get close,
Yeah.
but,
Well,
but
they
yeah,
go
I'm
But that's a good question. Like, so what if
Andy
we
got close one
What if we
year.
got one of our outings, and then it's like somebody we knew was like, "Hey, guys, unfortunately, blah 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 was found dead." It's not funny.
just why are you laughing?
He was found dead in his bed, you know, right with his golf clubs next to him, and unfortunately, he never woke up. And it's like, guys, we have to cancel the outing. I'd be like, why? We already paid for this. It's a beautiful day.
You know what? I don't want to know how it would end.
Are we gonna have his funeral like right
but
here?
but
What
it
the
would
fuck's going on?
it would be an interesting dichotomy if they walked out and was like, yeah, you know, Ray, yeah.
My only question is, if he's on my team, I'm like, do I get a ghost for sub now? Do I get what are we gonna do about his handicap?
That'd be my first. You know what's funny?
Somebody else gets the hit for
That
him.
would be my first
do
question.
I get to hit his ball?
Do we get to switch off on the? Well,
we get an extra stroke every
the
hole.
the last time we were at Andy's thing, one of the guys was like, they had security knocking on the door because one of the guys was in the room, and like they were, the one
He
guy
wasn't responding.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't. They were knocking on the door. He wasn't opening the door.
Yeah.
He was just drunk. That's all he was. Okay, but of course, as we're walking
He
by,
was dead drunk.
I see all this happening, and I'm just like, I said, so the
He's
guy
not on my team.
Yeah, so the guy's standing there, and I go, hey, what's going on? And the guy goes, oh, no. I go, are you trying to get in there to like have sex with him because he's passed out? And the guy turns on me. And he goes, he hasn't responded in 45 minutes. He could be dead in there. And I'm like, yeah, but he could also be sleeping. Oh, my God. That guy, dude, I honestly thought he was going to try to hit me.
That's funny.
Was it the guy with the beard?
That weird little
Yeah,
guy?
yeah.
Who ended up, the guy we
They
called.
won the tournament,
That was bullshit. That was total bullshit.
obviously.
Wait, who
Well,
won the tournament?
you got fucked.
The little fat guy.
You got fucked because you were like,
Don't
like-
say
Oh,
it.
Newman?
you're like the last one,
Yeah, I got fucked.
which is
on
the
that.
funniest thing I've ever seen to this day.
Yeah, the little. Shut up, you dick. But yeah, he was bent out of shape, and then so he comes up. So it's funny thing is, they find him. He's just passed out, drunk, right?
Yeah.
And the guy comes
Nothing
up
to
to
see
me.
here. Nothing
Yeah,
to
the guy
see
comes
here.
up to me the next morning, and he goes, we found him, and he was fine, but he couldn't have been. I hope you're happy. And I went like this. I go, no, I didn't really care. Yeah, I'm like, I didn't really care at all. Just
So
so
you
you
got
know.
mad at
Were
your
you-
joke.
Were you
They
guys,
were
were you
panicking.
guys
Yeah.
dating? Because he said he seemed so
He was
emotionally. He
very-
seemed very emotionally vested in what you
I
had
might
to
have.
say.
I might have made fun of him.
Well,
in
I'm
the bar a
confused.
little
Who
bit.
got mad at you? The security?
No. His buddy,
His friend.
who called security to because he
Oh,
wasn't
that's right.
responding.
Now I remember the
Bobby,
story. now.
answer the door.
I do remember that now.
I
yeah.
love you so much.
Where
and I
are
miss
you? Where are
Ted,
you?
It was,
Okay, sorry.
dude. It was really bad. I
I do
but
remember
I
that
couldn't.
now.
I mean,
That
after
guy
you have
was
a couple
pissed at you.
He was, dude. You know what? He got his revenge. He won. I lost.
Yeah,
he
sure.
won.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got to be the happiest guy in the world. All right. I guess we're not going to talk about zombie outbreaks, so I'm good with that. Russia has a new law that they want to put into effect. Yeah, brand new law. So think about a Russian law, okay? A long time ago, and this is kind of weird. A long time ago, Russia had a law that forced people who lived in the city to go out and work in the local farms if things were bad. They did this in the 50s and the 60s. So if things were happening and were really bad, they would kind of force those people
Yeah,
to go
I think
out
it's
there.
called collectivization, which is like they force people to work the farms. Yeah, it was under Stalin's rule back in the day.
Yeah,
which was
so-
a terrible idea, by the way. But yeah,
A terrible idea, but so they did that, and then the law ended. Okay, they stopped that, and now with the war, Russia is actually talking about with all the people dying, and this was my favorite part about this. This is what they said. This is the reason they want to think about bringing this back: rampant farmer drunkenness.
I think there's soldier drunkenness
Rampant.
too. Yeah, rampant.
Rampant.
There is right now.
Right now in Russia, there is rampant. Not a little bit, not a lot. Rampant.
Well, rampant implies
Doesn't that mean like almost everybody?
rampant implies like a lot and often and early and intense.
Rampant
intense.
farmer
Yes.
drunkenness that they want to reinstitute the law, but they're going to write it up, and this is why Putin.
Because they need people to help.
Yeah.
Because they're so drunk.
Yeah, this is why Putin is awesome. This is because he's got it down. They're calling it agritourism. Okay, so the people in the city get to go out to the farms, and they get to see what it's like to be a farmer by being a farmer.
Why are they all drunk?
I mean, yeah.
Why
'cause
are the
you know,
farmers
you know
dr-
why?
why is there
Yeah,
rampant
you know why?
farmer
because,
drunkenness?
because they lead miserable lives in fucking Russia. That's why they're fucking
No,
drunk and they want to get
I
away
heard
from
because all the
reality.
sheep committed suicide, so
Yeah.
they're lonely.
And, here's the thing: is Putin going to live another 10? Is he going to live another 10 years? Okay, let's assume he's dead in 10 years. Who's going to take his place?
I bet he's got parts, man. I'll bet you right now that he has. I bet you he is harvesting organs from people. No, I'm serious. I bet you he is harvesting
He's
organs from
fucking
people
crazy.
on a regular basis.
So it's funny. So Tucker Carlson did interview
hardcore,
Putin, yeah.
an in-depth.
Oh yeah, and
in depth.
hardcore
yeah.
interview.
So it's awesome. So I think one of the questions was, I think Putin said we could stop this war right now if the U.S. stops supplying weapons to Ukraine. It's like no shit, Sherlock. Then they can't defend themselves. Of course you can fucking win the war.
Listen, I'm telling you right now. Okay, this is what we do.
All you got to do.
We could stop this war right now if Ukraine would just stop fighting back. If they stop fighting back, we win war.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
he spent the first 20 minutes just talking.
Well, he's
He
talking
did a
about
speech
he
propaganda.
was talking about Russian history,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Catherine the Great. about other stuff. Actually,
You know what? If you call yourself like Ted the Great or Mark the Great or Matt the Great, aren't you really kind of setting yourself up for some
well, I
bullshittery
actually heard
there?
he also mocked Tucker Carlson, who I guess who applied for the CIA back in his early days and didn't get in. He didn't get accepted
Because
And
he's
he
stupid?
And he was kind of getting on him for that. So but he's the Russian president, so you can't really say anything back, right? You got to take it, right?
All that shit. All that
the Russian
shit.
president's like shitting on you, and you got to sit there like, yes, sir. Yeah,
all that shit
did
on
happen.
all that shit on socials that were saying like what he said and all this before the show even aired. None of that even happened. It was not. He didn't ask. I mean, no. It was all. Yeah, it was just all like you're throwing shit at your dog because your dog's whining.
I just wanted her to go upstairs. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she's making
There
her
you
way
go.
upstairs.
I tell you what, if you throw this is a great for anybody who's got a dog or a cat or any kind of animal. If you throw something heavy like a brick or a stone at them,
Mm-hmm.
they automatically do almost everything you want them to
You
do.
threw a piece of paper and she moved.
Yeah, but it could have been a brick.
What about
I think it
what
would've-
about a blue ring octopus? I don't think that would work.
Why would I throw a blue ringed octopus at my dog? And why would anybody even?
No, why would
have
you throw a brick at your blue ringed octopus? What is
Oh,
that?
Ted's harvesting blue marine
So
octopuses.
it doesn't work. Oh, what
It's
about
octopi.
what about
Octopi.
what about the stingray that supposedly was impregnated by a shark? How did that happen?
Oh, I sent that to you
yeah.
guys.
How did they pull that
Did
off?
it have kids? I didn't read the whole.
No,
article.
they don't know yet.
It was by
The-
itself.
But how do they
But it
know
was,
that?
But it was by itself.
Yeah,
and it got pregnant.
the stingray was alone with was in a tank with no other males and just a shark. And now the stingray's pregnant, so they think that the shark impregnated it. But they also think that it may have been I don't remember what the term is.
Spontaneous.
They could impregnate themselves if they're
well,
storing
I think
eggs.
seahorses are. I think they have male and female genitalia, so they could
Yeah.
actually get pregnant without.
It's happened with
a
this
mate, so.
this type of stingray before, but it's extremely rare and not likely. So they think maybe the shark
Wait a minute.
impregnated it.
So here's what they think: instead of the stingray spontaneously having a baby, right?
Getting pregnant.
Getting pregnant.
Yeah.
They think a shark molested a stingray.
It's a theory because there was a male shark and a female stingray, and no other male stingrays. So
Wait, are they going to
there's no chance somebody jumped in there and impregnated the stingray.
Are they going to go to Maury Povich?
that guy,
Yeah.
Is the shark going to go to Maury Povich and be like, Mr. Jaws, you,
You
are
are-
the father.
Are not the Mr. Stingray. Mrs. Stingray, was there anyone else at the party you had sex with? Well, there were 4 or 5.
So
There were 4 or 5 beluga whales.
on a quick note, I did see one of those Maury Povich shows where they actually brought the same woman back about 7 times.
Yeah.
And,
That's one of my favorite
and every,
shows
and
of all
every,
time.
Every guy she accused,
stand
and
that
she was sure, she's like, that's the guy. And he goes back, he's nothing. And he was high-fiving the audience and everything. And
That's
I mean,
every
They
show.
brought her back
Yeah.
like 9 times.
Yeah. No, my favorite is
couldn't find the guy.
My favorite is Maury. He does his thing. He says, "You're not the father,"
So
and then he
serious.
looks at her with the most serious thing and says, "Is there anyone else at the party you could have had sex
Yeah.
with?" And she does one of these. Well, maybe.
I did.
And I'm like, wow.
So it's funny.
0 for 8.
One show I saw years ago, because usually it was an Asian woman with a white guy, and she said he's the guy, and I actually believed her because she goes, you're the only guy I've been with, you are the one, and he was sitting there like he was accepting his fate. It came back, he wasn't the father, and it was like, wow. I mean, but
why is it important that we know their race?
No, but I'm saying it was different because I mean she just
I thought you were going to say
Because
that.
the baby came out
no,
black.
I'm just saying
That's what I thought you were going to
No,
say.
it's different because
like-
I mean she was so adamant because she said it was different because she goes, you're the only guy I slept with, which I'm like, okay, well that's easy because
I only
mean,
do Caucasians.
Hold on.
goes,
You
"You're
know
the
what?
only guy I slept
You know
with."
what? I
That's the
think
only
at
reason
the
I
end of
remember
that.
it,
I think at the end of that Stingray article, the Stingray said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what? No, just Stingrays. That's it.
But I'm
We
saying
didn't have sex. It was mutual masturbation.
so
this couldn't have
No, so
happened.
what I thought was, it's like, okay, well, and he wasn't like even he wasn't even defending himself. That's the thing. He's like he kind of resigned to his fate, and that's like, okay, well, it's going to be 100% that he is the father, and it's not a big deal. And that's why it was shocking when he wasn't, because obviously she lied vehemently, and but she sounded very convincing at the time.
Stingray said it's impossible. We use sex toys from early to bed.
We
You
used
know
a
what,
remote control butt plug.
Couldn't
Could have
you? I
happened.
mean, couldn't you be? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people that are so delusional that they would say that, even though there were a few other guys, obviously.
Well, they didn't count.
Right?
They didn't count. They
but
didn't
it
count.
didn't count to
They
them.
didn't count.
To
yeah.
them, they didn't
Yeah,
count.
yeah.
Was it like
Right?
a gangbang?
Yeah, it's just she was that was the guy
It was
who
a it was a
yeah,
face. It was a
yeah,
face.
Yeah, but I mean, I think people do that. I think people do a lot of that stuff, or they like have like selective memory where they just
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
that yeah. Well, I mean, it's a party. There's drugs and alcohol
Well, I mean,
involved.
no.
probably.
The best defense.
Memory's not the best.
If a woman
Right.
says, "I'm pregnant," you're the father. The best defense is, but I never slept with you. I never had any I've never had physical contact with you, so it's impossible. So
But
that would be my defense.
That's just lying.
I don't know.
But if I didn't, like if I was never actually physical with her at any point, then it would be literally physically impossible unless somehow she was able to get my sperm from.
No, that's only on NCIS Las Vegas, NSC Chicago.
It could have been anybody
Chicago
at the party.
PD.
Yeah.
He was wearing a Mr. T mask. Could have been anybody. I don't know. He had a Halloween mask on.
I don't get.
No. I think a guy thinks like, oh, if I pull out way early,
Yeah, it was a Halloween party.
it doesn't count. Or if I, yeah. But I'm saying, guys, that's their defense. It's like, oh, I pulled out way early. Yeah,
pulled out way
it
early?
doesn't work that way. Yeah.
Has it ever happened on that show where it happened
said-
at a party, but it was a Halloween party? I don't know. He was wearing a mask. It could have been anybody here.
No, but there was a guy. I think there was a guy in one of the stories said he goes, yeah, we did it, but I pulled out way early, so I'm not the father. That's what he said. Like he goes, yeah, okay.
He's like Amtrak.
You know what? I can't.
It's like
The stupidness. There's no level. There's
I pulled out a
mean,
NATO.
especially for
I pulled
Maury
out a NATO. I don't owe any money.
Povich. Yeah, but I mean, there's no level of
That's
stupidity.
Connie Chung's husband.
Maury Povich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They've been married for like 50 years, I think.
you have
Jesus.
to, but you have
Yeah.
to say, I mean, it's wildly successful.
Their
was, yeah.
marriage?
No, the
show.
show. It's fantastic.
Both
I-
are equally
I'll be honest
successful,
with
yes.
you. I can't stop watching that. I mean,
I know,
honestly,
I've
if that
never
was,
watched
if-
Connie Chung.
If that was on, no,
I've never seen it.
I think she was like
No, she was
NBC
she was a local
I've
broadcaster here in Chicago.
Don't care about news. I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I don't
Oh,
ever. I've never really watched the news. I know she was big time on like NBC.
She was a pioneer, and
It's cool. I
no,
get
she
it.
was because I mean she was one of the first Asian
But here,
female reporters in
But I'll tell
a
you what,
major
yeah.
metropolitan
Yeah.
city
I thought Davy Crocker was a
or
pioneer.
market. I mean,
thought
metro-
I'll bet
major-
you billions more people have seen Maury Povich's show than Connie Chung's.
she stepped aside for him. Had she not done that, he wouldn't be big. She
What,
took one
quit
for the
doing-
team.
She quit doing the news so he could do.
So he could further his career. Yes.
No, she didn't. That's bullshit.
I don't
Okay.
believe that.
You are so full. Man, you are just so full of shit.
so-
I'm-
so on-
hey,
so on
it's
a-
Valentine's Day.
So
I'm
on a
being
s-
kind to
so
couples.
on a side note, I
Kind to
just
couples?
read.
Yeah.
So for some current events, Larsa Pippen, who I guess used to be married to Scottie Pippen, was dating Marcus Jordan, who was Michael Jordan's son.
Yes.
They just broke up. 'cause
Wait,
now-
Scottie Pippen's wife was dating
Scott-
Michael Jordan's
Scottie
son.
Pippen's
Ex-wife.
ex-wife was
You didn't
dating
know this?
was dating Michael Jordan's
Isn't he
son.
like? Is she like 30 years older than him?
Obviously, he's
like
yeah. So long story
20.
short, they're together. They just broke up because now
He couldn't find. Wait, stop,
What?
stop. Hold on.
They were engaged to be
Michael
married. I believe.
Jordan's son.
Yes.
Couldn't find anybody
No.
better to date
nobody.
than the guy who played basketball with his dad's
Exactly.
ex-wife.
Apparently, it's a small world. And here's the best thing.
Jesus.
And the reason they broke up is because now she's going after Horace Grant. Okay, so they're seeing each other. I don't know. I'm just fucking.
You know, you see,
Maybe it's Granville Waiters or Joe Klein. I don't know. It could be anybody.
do you remember Horace Grant and those goggles?
Yeah.
Do you know the story behind his goggles? He got scratched in the eye. Remember, I think it was Patrick Ewing scratched him in the eye, so he had to wear those goggles to protect his eye, and only for like a couple of weeks. But this is what a great guy Horace Grant was, and him and his brother Harvey Grant played in the NBA too.
Oh, they're
Right,
twins.
they're twins.
Yes, twins. Yeah.
Great guy. So everyone thought he was a big dope because he had a stutter, he had a speech impediment, he had a real bad stutter. So he wasn't good talking to the media, and they gave him a pass because he had a stutter. So he wore those goggles for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then he didn't have to wear them anymore. But during those 2 to 3 weeks, so many like people came up to him, like grandmas or mothers or fathers, and said, "Listen," they're like, "You wearing those goggles, my son has to wear, sports eyewear," and they just tease him, and he refuses to wear them, and he has to. And they said, no, they said, you're one of the, a modern day athlete now, and you're wearing these goggles, and now it's like you're kind of making it cool, like they're not afraid to wear. So now my son's, he heard this multiple times. I remember this back in the day, and he's like, he's like hearing this story over and over again. It's like this keeps coming up to him. They're like, my son wears his glasses every game now because it's like cool. No one makes fun of him anymore. So he wore them the rest of his career because of that.
Oh, that's cool.
He didn't have to wear them anymore. He decided, what, I'm going to do that because I'll show people that it's okay.
Yeah, I think Amari Stoudemire wore like goggles for a while too from the New
He
York.
did. He had a real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the guy who
poke
wore
in
the,
the eye.
and the guy who wore the face mask. I think J.R. Smith wore like a face
He
mask
wore-
because he had like a facial fracture or something.
Yeah.
He was actually wearing like a face mask
Well, no, they.
for a while.
Oh God, I'm trying to think of Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Kids would come up to Dennis Rodman, or people would come to Dennis Rodman and say, "Hey, man, you bang Madonna, and I want to bang her too, just to be like him. And yeah, so they guys.
I want to have sex with stinky women too.
Yeah, yeah. So they did that. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Yeah, so he just kept doing it. Yeah.
I'm kidding, Madonna. She's a listener, by the way. I love her.
She would never listen to this show.
Madonna?
Yeah, no, she's way too classy.
Keep it classy.
She's way too
She's
classy.
going
to
on
listen to
tour
this show.
again, by the way.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm
a big fan of Madonna. I love Madonna.
What?
Her music.
Of course you do. I got
I think
who
she
made fun of me then when I was playing Madonna?
I think she has a major plastic surgery because now she looks just weird.
Yeah,
now
she
No,
she's-
actually,
she
she.
looks
No.
weird.
Well, I don't know what happened, but anyway.
Yeah, that's part of my golf mix. Is Madonna's? I thought it was you that was making
Not
fun
me.
of me.
I love
I
Madonna.
like Madonna. Yeah, she's got some good songs.
All right, fine, whatever. Who gives a shit? You ready for Mark's movie mentions?
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess we
What
are
do you
now
mean, ooh?
since you introduced it. I guess we have no
Well,
choice.
that's not it in your hand.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured. Yeah. All right, it's time for Mark's movie mentions. If you like movies and kicking ass, you'll love Mark's movie mentions. Mark's movie mentions is brought to you by Armando's Platform Shoes. If you need platform shoes fast, go to armandosplatformshoes.com and dance the night away.
They also do mobile electronics, Armando's, right by my shop on Milwaukee Avenue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll do that. They'll put that right into the platform shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a little boom box in your shoes.
Yep.
All right.
All right, the movie I want to mention today, the title is HUD, H-U-D, a film from 1963, based on a novel written by, I forgot who wrote the novel, but the title of the novel was Horsemen Pass By. The movie's directed by Martin Ritt, and it's starring Paul Newman. So 1963, HUD, starring Paul Newman, Patricia Neal, Brandon DeWilde, and Melvin Douglas. It's a really good movie. It's an
Cowboy movie?
It was originally called like a Western, but after a few years they called it like a revisionist Western because it's a story about a rancher and his son during the cattle foot and mouth disease pandemic, like in maybe like the 50s. And
This is a movie about foot and mouth disease.
no, they're ranchers, and it's during a time.
hoof and mouth disease.
So it's a guy, a father and son. They have a ranch, and it's around the time when the foot and mouth disease hit America, and it was really a pandemic. They were killing herds of cattle. They put ranchers out of business because they had the only way to keep it from spreading was just to put the animals down. So it's a really tense time for ranchers, and they're afraid that their herd is sick with it. But anyway, so it's a relationship between a father and son, and Paul Newman's brother who died, and then his son, which is Paul Newman's nephew, is in the movie. So it's let me think here. So HUD is playing this really cool troubled son who lost
that's the
his
name
brother.
of the kid, right?
Yeah. Well, Paul Newman's character's name is HUD.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I have seen this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's from 1963. Paul Newman was nominated for Best Actor. He did not win, but Patricia Neal won Best Supporting Actress, and Melvin Douglas, who played Homer, Paul Newman's father, HUD, he won Best Oscar as well for Best Supporting Actor. The movie was nominated for Best Picture. It's a great movie. It's 1 hour long, and get this, it cost $2.4 million to make this movie in 1963.
That seems like a lot of
That's
money.
a lot.
And the
money.
movie is built. It's on location, like in Texas, and it's an hour long movie, and it's not. I mean, it's a black and white movie, and there's
How
no.
could
I
they- how could they
it's
spend that
60
much?
minutes?
How could they spend that much
it's
on
like
a movie?
it's like
What
the
could-
total time of the movie
What
is
could
like
cost that much?
an hour.
Maybe
Paul Newman?
Yeah, I guess. So.
No, because Paul Newman did do. He was nominated like in '58 for a Cat on the Hot Tin Roof, and he did The Hustler in 1961.
Oh, I love
With
that
Jackie
movie.
Gleason.
Yeah, he was nominated for that as well.
Didn't they film that at Chris's Billiards up in
Yeah.
Milwaukee?
No, not that one.
No, that was the
Color
that was
of Money.
Color
Oh,
Money.
Color Money.
So
you're right.
by the way, so that movie. So this get this. So in 1963 he does HUD. Before that he did The Hustler in 1961, right? And then fast forward 25 years, he does The Color of Money in 1986 with Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome.
And he
yeah.
wins Best Act. That's his first time he won Best Actor.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
Really?
he reprised his role from the Hustler for The Color of Money, and he wins Best.
That's pretty cool.
That
Best
is a
Actor.
great movie.
That's pretty
though.
cool.
It's a very
Color
good
of
movie.
Money is a
It's
great
one of
movie.
my faves.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did film it at Chris's Billiards too.
Yeah, which I've never. It's funny. I've driven past that place 1,000 times. I've
Yeah,
never set.
I've
foot
never
in that,
been
I've
up there
never
either.
set foot in that place.
So the movie is HUD.
Really? Oh,
Never
we
been
used to go. We used to go play up there. Go
So the movie is HUD. The acting is it's actually mesmerizing. It's like I said. I think technically it's like 72 minutes long, But I mean, there's like 5 minutes of credits and end
So
credits.
it's 1/5 of the length of
Yes,
Flowers of
Flowers of Coma.
Yeah.
So it's an hour
Dancing
long.
with Wolves, 4.5 hours.
I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite Paul Newman films. It's,
and the sequel to that is Chud, right? Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
no,
Is that,
the sequel is
that's
about her housing and urban development. If you Google HUD, that's what comes
No,
up.
Paul
like
Newman, I mean, and
nonstop.
Paul Newman in what's his most famous role in Cool Hand Luke. I mean, yeah, he's a great.
Yeah.
I mean, he passed away a while ago. Right? He's
Yeah.
yeah,
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 so-
he passed away a while
Yeah.
ago.
So
Oh,
HUD,
man.
check it out. Good
All
movie.
right.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Oh, quick update on Elon Musk's the guy that Elon Musk put in the brain chip in.
Yeah.
Yeah, still alive.
Oh, good.
Still alive. I honestly I didn't think he would be.
Well, I think this guy just died. So they gave a guy a pig heart as a heart transplant, and I think he lived for like a few years, and he just passed away. I want to say within the last couple of years.
Oh,
but
he lived a long time.
but he
I
actually had
believe.
a pig heart, not a human heart in him.
Yeah.
So that's probably more that's pretty impressive too, right? So
Yeah,
He
I
became
mean,
very selfish
oh God.
and gluttonous.
Oh my God! Are you fucking kidding me? You're not really going to do that? All right, but yeah, this guy is still alive, and now this is what I heard. He's actually usurped all the porn. That's what he's using his brain chip for. Yeah, he's basically he's perused. He's been able to peruse in just like 3 weeks.
Shut down Pornhub.
Yeah,
so he's got a terabit of porn in his head. Okay, that's good to know.
yeah. So he has when you access
TB
porn,
terabyte.
you're actually going through his brain chip
And
right
he could
now.
he could hack like OnlyFans accounts, right? He could circumvent the
So
pay,
what's the problem?
pay feature.
There is actually zero problem.
Oh my God!
All right, so I'm going to do a little. I want to do a little social media thing here. So obviously we're on social media, and I'm following a bunch of different
We
people.
call it socials now.
Those socials. I'm the guy who didn't think Snapchat was a thing.
Okay.
Only 500 million people. And I'm following Reba McEntire and Lionel Richie, right? And the only reason I'm following Reba McEntire is because she's got like 7 billion followers. And I'm following Lionel Richie because
7
who doesn't
billion
love
and one.
and one. I'm following Lionel Richie because he's Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Love Lionel Richie.
from the
But
Commodores on.
he's also
What?
following us.
He is following us.
When's he coming on the show? When's Mr. Lionel Richie coming on our show?
Don't know, but he has responded to a few posts. Lionel Richie,
All right, I like
right?
that,
Michael
yeah.
Chambers stuff.
He's getting closer.
Here's the weird thing. So, and I'm sure people are falling for this right and left. So obviously, I'm following Reba McEntire, and I get a private post from something called Private Reebs, and I guess that's Reba's nickname is Reebs, whatever, right?
All right, that's cool.
And this person is posing as Reba McEntire, sending me
Makes sense, yeah.
sending
There's
me
always
things,
a-
and they probably just picked me off the list, right?
Yeah.
Because I see that I posted a couple times about
yeah.
Reba McEntire, and now they're sending me. This person is sending me things like,
So
hey,
let's get the imposter Reba McEntire to get to the real Reba McEntire.
well,
Just see what the psychology is behind wanting to be Reba McEntire.
she doesn't want to be Reba McEntire, Ted. She wants my money.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to give her money. We just want to hear her motives for.
Ted, it's social
Going
media.
through this elaborate
there's
ruse.
It's clearly a dude. Yeah, and from somewhere
Wait,
else.
just don't get pig butchered. You'll be okay.
but it's so funny. So as I'm going back and forth with this person, and they're I'm pretending like I'm going to buy into this, and of course I do it. It goes like a week, and I'm keep waiting.
Wow.
and
That's a long con.
And I'm showing everybody. I'm like, this is, and then finally she hits me. Hey, do you have are you private? Have you been to my shows? Blah blah. Are you a private? Do you have like a private ID that I give out? And I'm
So
like,
you were telling us about this,
Yeah.
and then now
Private
it's,
ID?
now they hit
now
me.
they finally
what's
hit you
that?
up for that, right?
finally hit me
'Cause
up
you
for
had
the money.
said, you
Yeah.
had said
What's a private ID?
It's nothing, Ted. It's
Yeah.
nothing. But
It's make believe,
so-
obviously.
So here's what they
It
said.
doesn't
So
mean shit.
This is what it leads up to. First of all, this person says, "Let's not talk on this like established social media platform.
Let's go to WhatsApp or Telegram. Got
WhatsApp.
it. Yep. Boom.
Let's go to WhatsApp.
Yep.
And then when you do,
Which is untraceable. By the
yeah,
way,
you
IP
can-
addresses.
yeah.
That way.
And if you want this thing, go to my WhatsApp. $250.
yeah, because that's what she had said. Yeah, so she go to an encrypted app. Yeah.
Right, and do that. Then
Encrypted,
you can get this, and then we can talk more.
So
And then she kind of made it sound like she. I mean, honestly, the way it was going, like if you do this, you're in, and then you and I could be, And I was like, I'm like, are you out of your? And I can't believe this.
But another tip for our listening audience out
So
there.
did you do it?
So
of course I did.
if you're talking to somebody,
nude
if you're-
pictures of Reba McEntire.
if you're talking to somebody, say like you're texting them, and they say let's transition to WhatsApp or Telegram, there's probably a 99.995% chance
It's 103%.
it's a scammer.
103.
I'll
You
tell
know,
you-
because
I'll
it's
tell
encrypted. They can't trace the IP
No, you're
address.
right, yeah.
Because you're already talking to them on text. So Why did you change the platform?
Well, okay. So here's what I did
Huh?
when they offered me the 250. Okay,
Answer him, Matt.
Why, Mark? It's a rhetorical question.
Ted
You don't have
needs
to
an
answer. You don't have
answer.
to answer it. It's
Drinky,
rhetorical.
relax.
Not
a little
rhetorical
bit.
when you
Yeah.
yell it. You're like that.
So
We feel obligated to answer you.
So immediately when they offered the 250, I said I would actually pay more because I know what's going on. I said I'd pay more.
I'll
if I
double
could-
it. I'll double it.
if I could get some nude pictures. I had to, and I'll show you guys. It's right. And they go like this. So I'm figuring at this point now they know they're busted, right? Like they know whoever's doing this,
Yeah,
whatever
okay.
country
But
they're
no,
from,
no,
whatever
no.
they're doing.
It's
Nope.
some dude in his basement in
ready?
Singapore,
They got
right?
you hooked.
Obviously.
They got
No,
you-
you know what?
think
You
they
know what
got
they
you
said?
hooked.
You know what they said? How much more? I'm just like this is supposed to be Reba McEntire. Reba McEntire, who's got more money than I can imagine, and I can imagine a lot of money. She's now ready. This is right. She's now ready to pimp herself for a little extra money to send me nude pictures, and somebody has to believe that I'm dumb enough to believe this.
There was a woman, unfortunately, a few years ago. I can't remember what state she was in. She thought she was talking to somebody
Intoxication.
she thought she was talking to somebody who identified themselves as Bruno Mars. Okay, I'm not kidding. And then unfortunately, so Bruno Mars, quote unquote, asked for an X amount of money because his posse, whatever implausible reason he gave,
Was arrested, and they just need some bail money.
and so unfortunately, this victim sent this scammer who was posing as Bruno Mars a certain amount of money. So, folks, the point is, if you're talking to somebody on a social media, if you're talking to somebody on a text, and they say, "Let's transition to WhatsApp or Telegram," which is the new WhatsApp for whatever reason, obviously it's a scam. So please, just don't do it.
Just
okay?
don't talk to people you don't know.
Yeah, don't talk to strangers. What's
Just
that song?
assume everybody's trying
What's
to
that
take
song
your
by
money.
Hole Notes? Don't talk to strangers, baby.
Baby, don't you talk. No,
Don't
and so
talk-
so
don't
now
talk
you ready
to
for this? As soon as I get hit up with Reba McEntire, literally I get something from
Sure, wasn't Liba McIntyre?
from Lionel Richie. From Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure,
So it says
maybe
it just says
it was Labia McIntyre.
it says Teddy, relax a little bit. It says Lionel Richie. Now Lionel Richie is privately messaging me, and he asks, I say, do you have any shows coming up? He's like, oh, I'll post soon. Hey, I hope you can keep our conversation private and not let people know. So I say, no problem. And then now this is Lionel Richie.
How is this happening to you? I follow people.
I have no idea.
Two.
You ready? I said
He's a
and
professional- he's a
this
professional
This is
victim, that's
Lionel
why.
Richie's response. It's not Lionel Richie. Whoever's
I get
doing
it, yeah.
All right, sweetie. Do you have the Telegram
Yeah,
app?
Telegram. There you go. So and here's
It's so funny that he said that.
here's another
I
here's
was
another tip. Here's the pro tip for everybody. Okay, when they use the word kindly, handsome, darling, sweetie, I guarantee you it's a scammer from Nigeria or Singapore. It's obviously a team of people from India, Singapore, or Nigeria.
Obviously.
So
Obviously.
So the words are kindly, dear, sweetie, something like that. You know why? Because they can't help themselves. That's their vernacular. That's their culture. So that's how they give themselves away.
You do, Matt. You
no matter
do
what,
need to get the.
no matter what the script is, no matter what script they're reading, and I trust me, they are reading from a script. They are reading from a script. So, but kindly, that's the number one giveaway. When they
Okay,
say the
yeah.
word kindly, yeah, that's number
So,
one.
Matt, you do need to get the WhatsApp because you have a shitty phone, and I
have
can't.
a Google Pixel 6. This is. I mean, it's been a while
I
since
do.
I upgraded.
I actually do
but
have WhatsApp,
No,
but it's
you,
really
you know,
I'm not getting
you,
that.
you have a good phone. I'm just kidding you. My buddy has.
fuck you.
My buddy has the same phone. It's a really good phone, and the camera and the video is awesome on it.
Google, we
the
love
only
you.
thing is the
WhatsApp is
problem is
legitimate.
you cannot like it's not compatible with Apple video.
Because you send me
I
shitty
know,
videos.
let me it's oh, you fucking you're a moron. It's not the
angry. Stop it.
okay.
What?
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Yes,
Because
please finish.
it's an Apple to Galaxy thing, Google thing. The video I have and that I'm taking and the pictures are fine on an Apple phone or my phone. It doesn't transfer over to your account. But if you have a WhatsApp and I send it to you through WhatsApp, because WhatsApp has access to my photos and videos, so if I send you something through the WhatsApp, it will be clear. It will make it right. But if
then-
it goes from phone to phone, you ain't gonna. It's shitty as all get up.
But then you're just going to troll me, and you're going to end up asking for money every time you send a video.
No, that's no.
I don't know. Lionel Richie and Reba McEntire want my money. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just
man.
telling you that WhatsApp does perform a service or it has benefits other than what you guys are talking about.
Does it really?
Yeah, I mean that's the only way I can send my buddy Erwin like work videos and pictures and stuff when we're looking at cars because he can't. The photos show up distorted and not right.
Yeah, they're terrible.
When I send it through from my phone to his phone, but if I send it through WhatsApp, it's clear as day.
Yeah, actually, WhatsApp is a legitimate app, but unfortunately, like I said, scammers do use it. It's actually a good app. Like, so, for example, if you know somebody and they went overseas, that's actually a good way to communicate with them is through WhatsApp. But obviously, a lot of scammers know that. So, but the app itself is legitimate, but a lot of
Wait,
scammers
are you
use
telling
that
me
app.
that I just asked Reba McEntire for nude pictures and it was really Reba McEntire?
No, you asked the scammer.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. Thank God.
You've been lied to the whole time.
How, you know what? It was funny because when we're sending this, I actually didn't want to be a complete scumbag immediately. But then for like one day, I was like, well, I don't want to do this. And this is what I thought. Just in case it's really Reba McEntire. That's how stupid I am.
God.
For just 1 second.
There's a 1% chance. There's a
That's
1%
so funny.
chance.
There was 24 hours.
There's
I'm just
no
like,
chance.
I'm just no. There's zero chance. What would make me ever think that? But for 1 second, I was like, yeah, I don't want to offend Reba McEntire. Yeah. Who then asked me for money and more money when I asked for nude pictures. Yeah.
Did you get the nudes?
No, I actually sent some really nasty stuff. I'm like,
You need to stop. Okay, you just need to end this relationship with your.
these are funny.
Wait,
they
faux-
keep going.
Did you
your
get
foul
Did you get
friends.
ghosted?
They keep doing it.
Did you get ghosted?
No,
Okay.
they keep responding no matter how
You're
nasty I
encouraging
get.
them to do this to other people. That's the problem. You're an enabler
So you're getting
of
bread.
criminal
You're
activity.
getting breadcrumbed. Is what you're saying.
How do you know all these terms?
That's
What
why.
the
That's why.
fuck?
Well, that's why I'm here, right?
You're getting Hanseled and Greteled.
I like that's a good one.
You just got paperclip, my friend. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I just invented it.
You just got
Paperclip.
He-Man in Skull Castle. Oh, that sounds
That's a good-
sexual.
that's
Yeah,
a
that
good one.
actually.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a really dirty porn thing. All right, so I want to end this. That dictionary.com has added some new names, some new words to the dictionary.
Word.
Bird is the word.
Nope.
Okay.
No, bird's been in there for a while.
Oh,
Ted.
burn.
Burn also has been in there for a while. You
No,
ready?
it was just added. You said it was just added a couple
No, I
shows
said
ago.
bird is the word.
What was the show that
Bird,
was?
bird?
No, what was the term? You talked about some words being added not too long ago.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I talked about names you couldn't do. That
Okay,
was
go on.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right, you ready? Barbiecore.
Never heard of that one.
Okay.
That's a word in the dictionary now.
New word in the dictionary featuring playful pink outfits, accessories, decor celebrating,
Oh,
and
like decor.
and modeled on
Okay.
the wardrobe of Barbie.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's pink.
Yeah, pink.
Okay,
Pink.
did you say that?
Okay. Instead of mediocre, unimpressive, or disappointing, new word. Mid.
I thought you were gonna say Matt.
That would be hilarious if they used your name. If they used my name for something,
Something is
over relating to a pile of shit.
No,
Ted.
no, something
Matt.
something average and unforgettable. It's a mat.
Yeah, yeah. So mid. Mid means mediocre.
Mid. All right.
Mid. This is a good one. Girl dinner. Ever heard of that before?
Nope, never heard of
This
it.
is a word so used that it's now in the dictionary.
Is it just a salad?
Nope. You know what? So that's funny. That's exactly what I thought it was. Like something really small. Often attractively presented collection of snacks that involve little preparation. Because chicks don't want to put too much effort into it.
What?
So I'll just
It's
say,
a charcuterie board.
yeah, such as small quantities of cold cuts, cheese, fruit, cherry tomatoes. Yeah,
board.
that's all it is. Yeah, that's not right.
So what's it called?
A girl dinner.
No, so you know what I
That's
thought it was? I thought it was
hilarious.
a bunch of women to get together and complain about their spouses vehemently and wish they would disappear like Amanda's spouse. That's
No,
what I
What's
See,
a boy dinner? Like a bag of chips?
A bag of chips.
and a six pack of PBR and a bag of chips and the
Yeah.
golf channel.
Boy dinner is
Jack Links.
and the golf channel. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Jack. I
perfect.
just had Jack
Jerf-
Links the other day.
jerky.
boy dinner is a six pack.
and beef jerky.
Hey, give me a boy dinner of a Heineken and a boy dinner of old style places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Here we go. Slow fashion. Yeah. Slow fashion.
That's the word.
slow fashion.
It's a
New word.
phrase, though.
Okay, but it's a phrase. It's in the
How do you
dictionary.
spell
Slow
s-
fashion.
slow fashion?
SLOW.
Okay.
Slow fashion. Yeah. Eco-friendly clothing.
Slow.
Yeah. Not like slow. But yeah,
what I
slow
was
fashion.
Made
Eco.
by not so smart people. Slow fashion.
Oh my God.
What?
Dipshit clothing.
This is
No.
like a slow gin fizz. SLOE.
Made by professional athletes.
Yeah.
Slow.
You ready?
clothing.
Bed rotting.
Oh, I know that one.
What's that?
I don't know what that is. Someone who's like bedridden.
Yeah, someone who spends way too much time.
Yeah.
So basically, it's someone who spends so much time in bed with snacks or an electronic device as a voluntary retreat from activity.
Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh man, people have this. People suffer from this range anxiety.
Range anxiety.
Going
It's
on
not
like-
Ted. It's not
Not Ted
getting
at the
close
golf
to
range?
Ted at the
Okay.
golf range.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have some
Yeah.
anxiety at the range, by
That-
the way.
yeah.
I do
Yeah.
have anxiety there.
It's the fear that your electronic battery will run out of your car and you will not make it to where you're going.
Yeah, anyone who drives a Tesla, I could see that because I rented a Tesla one time, and the range was like about 190 miles tops. And yeah, all you do, you're just looking at that battery life from the second you get in that car, even when it's fully charged.
That's a thing.
That's
yeah.
all you look at is that fucking battery, and it sucks. Yeah,
I have no idea.
they
but
need to come
I
up
mean,
with a battery that goes at least 500 miles plus. Yeah, because all you're looking at, is like you charge it, it's like 90%. You drive like 10 miles, it's down to 75%.
I couldn't imagine having
the
a car
fuck?
where my
What the
whole
fuck?
trip is planned around.
Yeah, you got to plan
I mean,
around
you
the
don't have-
battery.
Because
Plan around
right
the
now,
battery.
right now, when you plan a trip, you don't have to worry about running out of gas because you can always stop and get somewhere and get gas.
right.
But if you have an electronic vehicle, like say going from here to Des Moines, Iowa, you're going to have to at some point charge that battery.
3 times, at least twice.
No,
twice.
I mean, 'cause
at least
it's-
twice.
Well, yeah, over 300 miles, so twice, yeah.
Yep.
And we were joking about this because we go back and forth sometimes. My son's out there, and there is a stretch of 100 miles where there's nothing on 80.
Yeah. But I mean, you're paying it. I mean, if you're doing that, you're
But
paying
you
attention,
have-
and
you
your car
have- but
tells
you have to. So it is
But
a
if you're
stress level.
if you're in a Tesla, it will tell you that there's places to go.
I guess, yeah. But
if you're
then
in any
there's
electronic
also
car, in
stories
fact.
about when you get to that place, it's not there anymore. In rural areas, it's happened all the time. It's happened.
Well, the main
It's
thing
common.
is it's there, but
I don't think it's not common.
What I'm saying is, so like
That's bullshit.
So
It's
for
not common.
for
Okay.
Tesla, I didn't know this.
It's not
It's not common.
It's not common.
So
It's
there's
not common to
so-
have an electric car either.
So there's like a fast charging Tesla station. There's an average charging. So if your battery's down to say like 20 or 30%, it could take you like an hour and a half to charge the battery versus like say 30 minutes. So
Ted,
so I'm
we
just
know
saying-
you hate electric
So,
cars.
I mean, no, I don't mind electric cars, but I'm saying your 3-5 hour road trip can turn into 8-9 hours because you have to wait for that
and
car
you
to
can't
charge.
run the AC either.
Yeah, anything you
Runs
plug in
down the
when you
battery.
plug in your phone to that car, that uses the battery. If you speed up in the car, that uses the
Oh,
battery.
if you're using your electric shaver that you have to plug in, running down the
you
battery.
don't shave.
if you're on your phone and this is what I saw the other day. If you're on your phone and you're eating from a bowl, you're eating something in a bowl with a spoon.
It's going to
while you're driving.
the spoon
That will run down your battery.
will take.
I
The,
watched
take
a
the
guy.
battery.
I watched a guy with a phone in one hand and a bowl and a spoon driving his car.
Chopsticks or a spoon?
No, a spoon.
That
A
would be
spoon.
great. Chopsticks.
Driving his car. Yeah. That will run down your battery.
So here's the thing. So I would never buy an electric car unless there's a car that comes out that gets at least minimum 500 miles to one charge. Other than that, I will not. I see a bunch of Rivians on the road. I see a bunch of Teslas, of course. But driving one personally,
Yes,
as a
Ted.
rental,
Man, are you sure that eating with that spoon would wear down the battery? Because it sounds like it
It would.
grinded your gears.
Oh my God! I want to just go ahead and fucking blow my brains out. Yeah. All right, and then last one. Are you ready for this? A sound bath. Last word.
sound bath.
Sound bath.
I don't know.
That's
Any
where
idea?
somebody praises you with kind words.
Is that someone who farts in the bathtub? I don't know what that
Wouldn't
means.
it be a fart bath or a stink bath? No, a sound bath is an instance of sustained listening to the pleasant sounds emanating from a collection of. Now, this is only this: singing bowls, bells, chimes, etc., used to aid in relaxation or meditation.
I think it's bowels. Ted's right. It's like flatulence.
so you get chimes like
Flatulence
like ding
and
ding ding or
yeah.
yeah. No, I don't believe that that's the case at all. But yeah, so these are just some of the new words that are in there. Yeah, in the dictionary that people are
These
actually
aren't even words though. It's like 3 words in one.
well phrases. I mean, there's a lot of phrases.
Phrases.
There's a lot of phrases and stuff. I mean, mid.
I haven't looked at a dictionary in a long time.
No one does. It was so funny.
Or a phone book.
They don't make phone books
They don't
anymore,
make
do they?
phone book.
Yeah, they don't make phone books anymore.
I don't think they do they?
So there is directory assistance, though. I called Star Pass Golf Club, and I had the wrong number. And the first time I was just like, how can it be wrong? It's listed, but it was
So
listed
you called
incorrectly.
411?
So it said this number is no longer in effect. Call 611 for customer assistance.
611.
Yeah. So I don't know what 611
That's a
is.
number. That's 611 is a customer service number. Like it's kind of like 311.
Is that a joke also?
No. So 311. So 611 is a new customer service type number for whatever potential business you might be
Well,
calling.
I'm going on a limb, and I'm going
It's
to say
legit.
611 is a
It's
joke,
legit.
man.
Yeah.
In my town,
Yeah.
So 911 is a joke, but maybe not 119. I don't know.
611 is a bigger joke. Yeah. All right. So I saw this. I'm just like, I didn't think about this, but they add about 150 new words every year.
yeah.
But 150 new words.
Well, you have to define.
I want to make up a
There
new
has to be
word.
a definition.
Shouldn't this be your goal in life? Shouldn't this be everyone's goal in life?
Oh, there's people out there that do this.
that just try
That
to come up
submit
with
to
a new
Webster
word?
every day. They submit words and yeah.
Yeah, but if you get this, I mean, you're famous.
I guess. I mean, maybe back in the day you were, but now the world's changed. Nobody gives a shit.
What? You could be famous for so many stupid things. This seems like an actual real thing.
So we
Or
should
infamous.
come up with a word. We should come
Yes.
up with a phrase or a word.
Yes.
Or just come up with a different definition for a word that already exists.
Like Ted? Tedding. That's it.
That's it.
Okay, here's what I'm doing. I am sending this.
Instead of sledding.
Stop. I want all the listeners, please send in as many awesome new definitions for tedding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? TEDDING. If you are tedding,
Oh, I like that.
what are you doing?
The tedding, the art of interrupting somebody.
Constantly after several drinks.
Tedding.
Mark, if you don't mind, I have something to say. Mark, I know
Tedding.
this is
Oh, no,
important. I know
I've
this is
got it.
important.
Tedding.
Mark, this is important, but this
Half
is
a bottle of Crown and
Mark-
speaking over someone.
Mark, this is more important.
Consistently. Consistently. No, I got one. I got it.
I really did everything I could to ignore you, Ted, just now.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
It's
I
really
didn't
hard.
even look at
I
it.
felt,
It's
I felt
really
like it
hard.
didn't exist.
Yeah, it's really hard when he's screaming at you. No, Mark, the
like
best
it didn't
is
exist.
the best is when him and I are out we're having a couple of drinks, and then he hits that limit, and then he goes, wait, and I can't. I keep talking, but he gets me to stop, and then he tells me a story that he has literally told me either the day before or at some point in that conversation that we've already had because
Was it-
we've just been too long.
Was it about the head in the bar?
Oh, that was a great joke. But you know,
That was a good
that's
one.
a good joke. But when Ted says wait, so if you're talking and he says wait, as soon as he gets that first wait out, everything else that comes out of your mouth, he cannot hear. So it's wait. So you could tell him, Ted, there's a guy behind you with a bat that's going to swing right now. And he's just going, wait.
Yeah.
And he gets cracked over the head. He drops to the ground. You're in the hospital. And Ted says, why didn't you tell me this guy was going to hit me in the back of the head with the bat? And you just said, dude, I was. But you said wait. And you couldn't hear me.
It's called being in the zone, Mark.
You are in the zone. That puts you in the zone.
Yeah, Ted. It's not a zone.
Have you ever been in a zone?
It's not a
You
zone.
mean if I drank so much I haven't paid attention to what somebody's saying? Yes, I've been in the zone. There you go.
There it
Here,
is.
In the
The
zone.
Ted zone. No, the Ted zone.
No, you're just in the zone.
I'm
that's
pretty
not
sure
like-
that's in there already.
No, but in the zone is usually like a sports thing.
Yeah, but you're
But for
going
us,
to
we're going to
redefine
use it.
Okay,
yeah,
you're
we're going to redefine it as so drunk.
We could have a three idiots dictionary. We don't even need to call them. We just start our own fucking dictionary.
Oh my! Hold on, I am writing this down.
yeah,
Okay.
tell me I'm wrong.
Okay,
Come
so
up
we
with a
are
word
going to
with that.
post
I'd like to
this.
see you get in the zone one time, Mark.
Hold on.
That'd be fun.
We are going to post this online. Mark, you got room on the website?
Yeah.
Okay, if you send in,
Yeah, room on the way. No, it ran out of fonts. There's no room.
Fuck. Something else I got to do.
All the fonts have been
I got to
used
do
up.
some
yeah.
more work,
okay,
Ted.
and here's what I'll say: not only
I need a
the-
raise. I need a raise if I'm
not
gonna
only a
add this.
dictionary thing for tedding, but if you can come up with any word, anything that has to do with the show, if you come up with it, of the word and the definition, we will post it.
Did you just queef on the air?
I did, dude. We will post it on the website, and you can be part of it, and we'll give you credit for it and everything. So send it in. Anything that has to do with the show, and then again, tedding. Any definition for tedding that you have, please send it in. We'll
We'll
take
give
it.
you credit, and as soon as it hits a success, we'll take it away from you, and we'll pretend it's ours. Like,
I didn't even
like-
understand a word you just said.
That's because he is.
It-
How much of that Crown did you drink? Did you drink the rest of that bottle?
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
Holy
No, what we're saying is whatever you come up with, we'll steal your idea, and we'll use it for ourselves. and we'll
What are you
pretend-
pointing at
and-
me
and
for?
pretend
This
it
is
came
for the
from us.
listeners. He's looking right at me,
He's
pointing at
super
me.
intense. Well, he needs an accomplice.
He's looking at me.
You and I are going to do this, Mark. Right now, we're going to do this. Yep.
This is for the listeners,
I'm
Ted.
kidding.
Yeah, we're gonna learn how to poison. What? No. All right, let's put this thing to bed because I feel like Ted's out of alcohol and now he's just gonna get angry. And if you started on the bottle of vodka,
No.
I'm gonna have to stab you to death, man. I will. I will.
Oh,
have
that's
to stab
gone
you to death.
too, though.
The vodka's gone.
Yeah.
I didn't touch the vodka.
Wait,
It's empty.
There was nothing in here. To begin with, so.
Jesus Christ!
I'm not a
Well,
vodka
that
fan.
stuff evaporates if you don't drink it fast enough.
This never happened to Ted in his life.
What have you researching the periodic table? You know what the chemical composition
All right.
of vodka is?
All right, we're done. Teddy, last thoughts.
He has no thoughts left.
Happy Valentine's
Tedding.
Happy Valentine's Day to some, maybe not to others who don't have spouses or significant others. But so I guess Valentine's Day is not an all-inclusive day as we thought it was. So I apologize to those who.
All inclusive. What the fuck are you even talking about right now?
I'm just saying it does. I'm just saying for Valentine's Day. What
It's
if you don't have a
usually
spouse?
Then it's
Then
not
it's
something you,
what,
you
then it's
celebrate.
it's meaningless. Exactly.
Spouse. It's not for married couples.
No, for anybody. I'm just saying for if you don't have a significant other, Valentine's Day doesn't mean anything.
I'm sure
Right?
people celebrate with their cats.
I mean, Arbor Day. Look,
it's as phony as
That's a tree, brother. That's a
it's
tree.
the phoniest holiday ever.
It's not a holiday.
And I feel sorry. It is a holiday.
no,
it's
do you
a
get
Hallmark
Wait,
holiday.
do you get a day off?
oh God, Hallmark holiday.
Do you get a day off from work?
I bet you some people do.
I did like a half a day.
Wait,
today.
you get a paid day off from work on Valentine's
Could you
Day?
imagine? Can you imagine somebody
I
coming
bet
in
you-
and
I'll
said, "We
bet
got to
you-
work today"? You know, it's Valentine's Day.
I'll bet you dime to a dollar that someone is so into this that they have the day off, and their boss is just like, just
Restaurants
take
are-
it,
yeah.
take it, go ahead, take the day off.
Yeah.
Because you know what, you're fucking crazy, but you actually get some work done.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do
No,
it.
but isn't it a day where it's fraught with peril, right? Because I mean, it's either
Fraught
all or nothing. Because you know why? Because
peril.
if you're an attentive spouse or for your significant other, you take them out. It's a good time. But what about the people who don't? According to your spouse, you don't give them the just due they deserve. Then you're a shithead, right? You're behind the eight ball, right? So I mean, so for some people, if you don't celebrate that Valentine's Day,
Correctly.
you know, you're a piece of shit, right?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
and some people are just pieces of shit to begin with. Yeah. Mark, I have to make him stop because he's repeating things he said already earlier in the show. Not just from last week or yesterday or something. Yeah. Mark, last thoughts.
All right. Happy Valentine's Day. Funny
He said
show.
the same thing
I
as
wish-
me. He didn't just say shit. He's repeating the
You
same
are-
thing I
I'm
said.
sorry, I wasn't listening to Ted.
Everybody celebrate this. Ted, you are never going to drink again on this show. That's it. You are Mr. Coffee from now on.
Christ.
Yeah. You almost got molested by Mr. Coffee, and now you're
gonna
going
call
to be
you-
Mr. Coffee.
Cuppy coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. You are. You know what? You're Paul Coffee.
You know what?
Former NHL player.
I didn't know Joe DiMaggio
Yeah.
was a wife beater until you talked about that. I didn't know he was that bad.
Allegedly.
I thought she divorced him because he just.
I think everyone there is dead. We can just say anything we want about Joe DiMaggio. Yeah.
His estate is still alive and pumping.
Yeah. Yeah. He can be like a collie
And wait,
molester.
and what
Yeah,
about
it
the
doesn't
guy?
matter.
And what about the guy buried face down to face Marilyn Monroe? He wouldn't even know her. What the fuck is up with that? That's fucking weird.
Mark,
man.
last thoughts quickly before this escalates into something.
My mind. The show blew my mind.
Shut up.
No, I don't have any
He's
final
he's
thoughts. I'm
patronizing
done.
you now.
I'm done.
All right. Let's see. Next week, my sister will be in. We'll be talking geography with Alistair Bonet.
Bennett.
It's Bonnet or Bonet? It's Bonnet.
Bonnet.
Oh man, why are we letting Ted talk? I'm going to turn down his microphone.
because
I'm
I'm
honestly
writing
going to turn down his microphone.
Because that's his name.
He's a geography expert. He wrote a great book called Unruly Places, which is a fantastic book. Oh my God, I love it. We've got a couple of people checking in. We got a hot pepper guy, should be super cool. We've got some other people checking in. It's going to be really cool.
Future shows, right?
Future shows, yeah. It should be a blast. We love everybody. Keep up following us on social media because we got a lot of people. Keep hitting up the website. Keep listening and tell everybody. And we will see everybody next week.